start on YouTube as well. Opening Twitch. Hi, Wieswein. And just taking that, and we shall start. Yippee! Late but still. It's Friday in California, after all.
Oh, bloody hell, I forgot to post that.
Grabbing the brush. What do we have here in terms of votes? I see a very high number over here, and I think that is the highest in here. What do we have? Incisivosaurs. People yearn for the Bugs Bunny of dinosaurs, I see. Excellent, excellent. 42 here. That is High Quictus. Mr. Four Eye. Newly crowned Mr. Four Eye. Then, damn it. Calavea didn't make it again. Oh, there's a 32. That is Denversaurus. Okay. Oh boy, osteoderms. And 31 by the looks of it. Yeah, and that is... Oh! Oh, finally! The thing that fossilized, I think, was it fossilized or fossil error? I think it was fossilized. Suggesting for like months, probably a year at this point. Hearing a very faint delayed echo here on Twitch. Oh. I don't know what to do about that. Young when it will happen. It happens when it happens. And sometimes it never happens, but we don't talk about that. Every week with the goddamn audio settings. Okay. Oh. Hear extinction. Hello there, first time chatter. You hear it too. Hear extinction. Hello there, first time chatter. I don't know. Oh wait, I think that's because I have. Is it maybe because I had audio on? I think it was because I had audio on Twitch.
Yeah. Also,
and because it's like takes the audio from browser or like from desktop, and that includes browser. Even though like it wasn't that loud, it like came through a little bit. Let's see if it's better now. People on Twitch and YouTube and everywhere else, you can hear it. Let me know. Okay, V says it's fixed. Excellent. And Road from Hell is coming in with skull reconstructions. Good. That's basically all we need, because there isn't much more to this animal than its skull.
Lori's raising their hand.
Ooh. So rare Lori appearance. Let's go. Gamine.
Hello, I needed to get my well, what's the equivalent of getting your walkies in, but you're drawing? I needed to flex my muscles.
Yeah.
What are we?
grab a
Pardon my,
pencil, everyone. We are going in with the dinosaur right away.
My God, a dinosaur game.
True.
I'm joking.
Incisivosaurus. Let me grab some more references.
Incisivosaurus. Oh my goodness, one of my favorites.
Yes.
I'm not being jokey, by the way. I
It's
actually
not
like
Dinosaurus anymore.
Oh, it's not a dinosaur
It is
at
a
all.
really cool guy, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
I know there are some really good photographs of that skull too. Let me check. Also, like the initial description has some beautiful drawings of the material. Honestly.
Yeah, it's not a bad description, I think. Though the anatomy was elaborated on a little more in like a 2004 osteological description of the skull. There's also 2 skeletons which may or may not belong to it. Were originally referred to Similacaudipteryx. However, there is no formal like description of them.
Yeah,
They're
it's one of
only
these cases.
described on the basis of their feathers, and they were only referred to Incisivosaurus in like one of those Springer volumes on dinosaur feathers.
Yeah. It is there was this golden age of feathered dinosaur discoveries in the 2000s that brought so much stuff forward. Like it felt like every week we got one of these guys.
Yep.
But the problem was many of
And
these
they're
were really cool, but never really properly described in depth, or like maybe in one paper.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they're all like
Yeah.
nature and science descriptions. Well, mostly
yeah,
nature.
because
but-
everything of these things got into journals that have print versions that only allow for a certain number of pages. That meant what we got was just essays mostly.
Yeah, and better yet, a lot of these papers are now old enough to how would you say? Well, a lot of them are old enough to drink, as it were.
That too, yeah.
Yeah,
And have kids on
so
their
for
own.
example, Di Long was described in 2004. However, there's been no like secondary publications, secondary formal publications describing its anatomy or whatever since then.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of photos of the holotype of Di Long paradoxus over in some fossil expos.
I mean, we have the
You can see
same
the
thing
whole
with
thing.
like Dilong is a shame, but like for me the biggest shame is still Utaranus.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. The crazy
It's
thing
like
is,
three
there were no photos of the
perfectly
full.
preserved specimens, and you only
Yeah, and one of
give
them
it a
wasn't even-
tiny nature paper. It is a goddamn crime.
Yeah, and one of them wasn't even photographed in full. It was just like selective photographs of like the skull
True,
and the
yeah,
pelvic
no,
region and whatever.
I can only remember like images of 2 specimens.
Yeah, the 2 that are like closely associated to each other, like where the tails are like crossing
they're
over.
touching.
And then there is a 3rd skeleton, which I think is also from the same quarry, which that's the one with the really nicely preserved skull that most folks will reference. Because the holotype and paratype skulls are a little jumbled. But the that other, I think it is also a paratype specimen. That's at a different museum. That one, the first time I actually saw the full thing was when Natalia Jagielska posted a photo on either Blue Sky or Twitter showing the whole skeleton in cast form for some exhibition in Hong Kong. Might actually have been the original thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, but back to Incisivosaurus. As you might have guessed from us rambling already, this thing is from the Cretaceous of China, from the Yehol biota. I don't. Was it Yishan?
Yeah.
It was Yishan,
I think it's
from
Yishan.
the
Yeah, right. It's from these layers that actually do get you the nicely 3D preserved stuff, not the pancaked material. And also, as mentioned, we have other basal oviraptorosaur material from here that might be the same thing, specifically Similacaudipteryx, of which I will also now post a skeletal. Looks to, it also makes sense, like phylogenetically, that this guy would look like this because it's probably relatively closely related to stuff like Caudipteryx, which is from the same bats, and so you can expect a similar body plan, similar feathering, so like have a tail fan, have tiny wings, stuff like that. It's one of these early Oviraptorosaurs with still teeth. Actually, like the most prominent teeth of all Oviraptorosaurs because it has these bunny teeth. What it really did with that, hard to say because there's not much on them, on these animals, and that we need to wait for more studies on that. It looks like, based on the shape at least of the lower jaw, that there was probably already a little beak down there that was like accompanied by the tooth that stand in a way for the beak that would evolve later in this group. And the animal overall is not really large, similar to Caudipteryx, I think, maybe a little bit larger, I would say. Let me post this here, a size chart of Caudipteryx to give you an idea. In the past, the animal has been often portrayed with a razor long tail, like more normal looking theropod bow plan, but there's not really an evidence for that. Go with basal Oviraptorosaur on these guys. Cypressure, yes, there is a third Yutyrannus specimen, and they mention that too in the description, but they never really go into it beyond like saying, yeah, we have it, and showing like a few detailed photographs, not the whole thing, which is an absolute shame. And you have now 3 specimens, 2 juveniles / subadults and an adult from the same quarry, probably the same layer or even like close to each other, that they are like potentially same family or pack or something, or a social group. And there is next to nothing in the literature on it. It is horrible. And I know a little bit about how it goes in Chinese academic circles, so I also have an idea why that is the case, and it makes me sick to my stomach. But this is not the stream for this.
If I may interject,
Yes.
the holotype of Sinotyrannus cazuoensis, I would dare say might even be a 4th individual of Yutyrannus if the additional remains are to go off of. I'm just saying, additional remains of the holotype are pretty darn similar to Tyrannus. Problem is that it's not formally described in most of the images of
that's another case. That's another case. Although I would think, based on these leaked photographs of more Sinotyrannus material, that looks more distinct to me. But again, we have to wait for the papers on that. It's a goddamn mess. There is an incredible amount of potential in all these fossils, and unfortunately, we're only getting it. We are getting it much We are getting it much slower than we could, thanks to academic politics. Let's just call it that. Incisivosaurus, or a little bit on the environment. So these fossils have been preserved in lakes, for the most part, very fine sedimentation, probably with like anoxic bottoms. So not much in terms of scavengers would reach them, especially when it comes to these very finely beautiful preserved 2D specimens. I'm not sure what the taphonomic history is, especially for these more 3D preserved specimens, but it will probably have been something similar. It's all lake sediments surrounding all of these lakes would be big, quite dense forests full of conifers, ginkgos, and Bennettitalians. You have all these tiny feathered dinosaurs, but also a few bigger ones, like Iguanodontians and basal sauropods. Sauropods, they were not basal titanosaurs. Sorry. And of course, the Tyrannosaurus being here the biggest players in terms of predators, with Yutyrannus and stuff like that. Climate is rather chilly, in winter at least, potentially even having a little bit of snow, a little bit of ice once in a while. But yeah, that is basically everything we can tell you in the moment that is of
think that's
relevance
it.
for Incisivosaurus. You were saying, JW?
Oh, I was saying I think that's it. I
Yeah.
can't really think of
Okay,
anything else to bring
I'm
up.
grabbing my phone. Got a blankie stuck under my chair. Okay, timer. Two. Okay, 20 minutes. Let's grab
Oh,
lip
one
pencil.
more question.
Oh, yes.
3 or 4 toes?
Technically 4 toes, but the hallux is much smaller, of course. So your classic theropod foot with a small hallux.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I pretty Alvarezars and Ornithomimosaurs that ditch digit 1 completely. Unless there's any other exceptions, which, you know.
Yeah, it happens.
And also, I should clarify, when I mentioned Similacaudipteryx earlier, it's not Similacaudipteryx itself that was stated to be possibly synonymous with Incisivosaurus, rather 2 referred specimens that have not been described in full. I posted the fossils, respective fossils above,
Yeah.
with what limited image results there are.
I see the similarities
without
in the
having
skull,
to...
yeah. Mhm.
I'm sorry?
I see the similarities in the skull of the stuff you posted there.
Yeah, it
in
was...
the one that has a skull, at least.
Yeah, I should mention, because of the image quality, you might not be able to discern some pretty fascinating features about the larger specimen. By the way, these aren't scaled to each other. Yeah, the specimen on the right is an adult, presumably, but there is actually very large. I forget which is the proper anatomical term for tail feathers. Is it rectrices? I should know this.
Just say
I think
tail
it's
feathers.
rectrices.
Doesn't
I
matter.
don't think it matters.
But come on, I was.
No, but we want to start too.
All right.
We already started like 30 minutes late.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Incisivosaurus. 20 minutes. Starting in 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. What I was gonna say was the rectrices on the adult specimen on the right are like about the same length as the whole of the tail. At least what's preserved of them. But unfortunately, the paper which these specimens are figured in only describes the feathers and nothing else. But it's okay. Hopefully someday there is an osteological description of these specimens.
Never.
I just think they're darling.
It's never gonna happen.
Would be quite nice.
Yeah. Also, the skull of the adult specimen was figured in that one paper, which showed figuring the hyoids of dinosaurs, and brought up that whole thing about dinosaurs wouldn't be able to waggle their tongues.
Also a questionable assessment these days.
Well, the thing is, when that paper came out, I was in high school, and I was only just starting to be aware of like the literature as an existing body of work or whatever. I have no idea. It's one of those papers which I don't really go back to, because anything on like dinosaur behavior or whatever that I remember like coming out around, it's like I don't know whether I like how much stock I should take into this or whatever. So I always get a little bit of trepidation when looking back into some of that. But you know, it was one of those headlines that kind of stuck out for a bit. But I don't know. I really don't know what to make of it. About a decade hence.
Yeah, you would wish stuff like this would have a follow-up, but
Yeah.
also I think a lot of this is due to like getting this properly published and stuff, and not repeating some of the potential problems that that study had requires just a lot of time and a huge data set too, which the original paper certainly did not have.
I mean, it had a couple pretty pictures, but that's not everything for a paper.
I mean, there was not a single sauropod in there, for example, just from the dinosaur side.
Yeah, I can't really remember
And
anything.
we have sauropod hyoids.
Yep.
No one
Fun
cares
stuff.
about sauropods. They only care about the big theropods.
Yeah, but there was also pterosaurs in there. So.
Yeah. I do remember some aviolans being figured in that one, but
Oh yeah,
you know.
no. I mean, they basically I got the feeling that they used stuff they had direct access to.
Yeah. Whenever you get that vibe from a paper, it always kind of, it's one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it certainly does ring some alarms for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. But whenever I see stuff like this, I'm more like, okay, why didn't you get more co-authors on board? If you specifically have not the access to more specimens, why didn't you ask people that have the access?
Yeah, the ones where it really just kind of rankles me is where it's like, I don't know, like if it's possible to, you can just like, if I mean, hopefully if like the authors of whoever published on a specimen that you're like trying to score or whatever are still around, hopefully you can like correspond with them still, if they're still alive or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm reminded of this one paper where it was a review of like some fossil giraffids or whatever, and it was mentioned about I think there was mention about specimens from the Royal College of Surgeons Museum, where it was like, yeah, these specimens weren't found, and I was thinking, you know why they weren't found? Because the museum got blown up in World War II. And whatever survived from that was already transferred over to the Natural History Museum in London. So it's like, I don't know. There's some points where I'm like, it feels like there wasn't much thought put into like, maybe digging up a little bit the history of whatever you're working with.
I mean, things can get lost in collections. Like, there's every chance that it could have been one of those things that just, like...
Yeah, but this is like a very well-known case where it's like for example, a lot of Owen's original type specimens for like a lot of South American mammals were lost in World War II because they were over Royal College of Surgeons. An exception to that being Toxodon, which was already over in over in the Natural History Museum. But yeah, with that one, I don't know. It's like, wow, that's like a. I don't know. I feel like you should have known about that. But that's just me. That's just me. The ones that really frustrate me is where it's like a specimen where it's like, this could use some reevaluation, and then it turns out that it hasn't really been reevaluated because it hasn't been found in collections again or whatever. And it's like, oh. Ain't that dandy?
Yeah, I know of cases like that.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but I don't lose sleep over that. I think there's much worse stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, personally, what excites me is whenever I learn about where a specimen's actually kept, especially one where I just like have no knowledge of like, just kind of what where it was kept before, like especially I find this to be a thing that happens especially with like German museums, where I'm like, I only know so many German museums, and it's like, okay, where's this thing that was described in like, I don't know, the 1850s? Where is it actually kept? And sometimes it's just like, oh, it's just like this little regional museum or whatever that just happens to have, and it's like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. Never thought of that, especially if it's like an old monastery or something like that, or a castle.
And sometimes it's gone.
Yeah, so it goes. One example where I was kind of surprised to learn of like where this thing actually existed. The holotype of Platypterygius hercynicus over in I forget what the museum it's called, but it's over in some castle. I forget where that castle even is. I'm sure Joshua knows what I'm talking about exactly. Vince
I don't
covered it
actually,
once.
because I'm Platypterygius is a genus that I usually don't touch because it's a hot mess.
But it's so cool.
It is cool when you have like good material to work with.
Well, I mean, Platypterygius hercynicus is actually pretty complete. The only problem is that the type species of Platypterygius is lost. But you know, I can't profess to talk about it in length. But
How good is the description of Platypterygius?
Platypterygius, I don't know how good the description of Platypterygius platydactylus is. I know the holotype specimen for that species is like decent, but I, at the risk of spouting off about something that I've not dug into as much, I'm kind of talking about it in an orbiting sense from whatever what's his name? Posha Holman has talked about. That's about as much as I'll say. Like I don't know. Whatever I've learned about this animal, I've just kind of picked up from that orbiting.
Yeah, I just worry if it's bad. Is it? Are these things that are getting assigned to it actually a part of the genus?
Yeah, that is a big problem because Platypterygius is a historic genus. There is a lot of specimens that have been put into it over the years. There's one found on my doorstep. It's just a few bones, and they still put it in there. Badly preserved ones too. Maybe it is justified to have it in there. Maybe not. Hard to say. It's not that diagnostic.
Let me say this. I just think that large predatory ichthyosaurs from the mid-Cretaceous is pretty epic.
They are very epic.
I just wish that there could be some
understood.
clarification on it.
What's time looking like?
9 minutes.
Ooh.
This is another one of those stream drawings where I'm putting it in between a bunch of already other established drawings, so this will be funny. I'm
just trying to get something down on digital paper here. I'm not doing well.
And that is fine as well.
What matters is you did it. That's what I always
that's
say
where
for
I'm
myself.
at.
Even if it's something that I'm like, I have no idea if I'm going to complete this to my liking or if it's going to come out as something that I would appreciate. Sometimes I just step back and I go, wow, I never actually thought I would push myself to draw that or whatever.
I always go into these sessions with, these are just sketches. I'm just warming up and keeping frosty, because otherwise I don't draw during the week because I am so busy with other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a pain.
I was hit with a bad case of imposter syndrome earlier. So
I've just gotten a little lazy with drawing lately, but I don't know. I've done a couple things to keep my fingers nimble. Um, I tried experimenting with gouache earlier this week, but
Oh.
I got cold feet because I tried making a wash and I was just like I don't think this is it, and I felt so embarrassed.
Well,
My
I
husband's
can,
working with gouache this week.
yeah, I can
I beg your pardon?
recommend getting nice thick paper for working with
Well, I mean,
gouache.
I've got like 2 pads of watercolor paper.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I mean,
Although
I've been
honestly, most watercolor paper I don't even like that much working with, because for me it's often too rough.
yeah,
And
it is a little. The texture can be a little
yeah, too much
distracting.
texture, and I like to put details into my stuff, and then it becomes tricky when the kernel of the paper is so rough that, oh yeah, that looks really nice from afar, but when you look closer, it's
Yeah,
just
because I've been
whitewashing.
corresponding with Mark Hallett to get advice on it. He told me like, oh yeah, you should get illustration board, but I was like,
Illustration
when I
board
went
is
down over to my
one thing you can do, but there is actually watercolor paper that is produced in a way that you don't have to worry about that so much. Like what the paper I use for my paintings, and especially for the graphic novels, that stuff is very heavy, very thick, but it's also very smooth.
I see. Yeah,
Fortunately, it's not
to
that
describe
common.
my situation, when I went over to my semi-local art store to pick up about $109 worth of supplies, when I saw the sizes of illustration board they had, I was just intimidated. I was like, I'm just getting
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
I don't want to jump straight into the deep end.
Yep.
But yeah, what I really need to do is just establish just like an idea of like how to work with these paints. But
Yep.
considering we're you know, I don't really have many people around me at my disposal to like bug about this. I mean, there's like maybe a couple people who know a thing or two about painting who would probably be able to help, but it's
I
all
worked
the
with it.
thing about
Sorry, I worked with
time
it
and
just
distance.
enough in college to know that I could get better effects if I used marker and colored pencil.
That's yeah, marker and color pencil are fun mediums to play around with too. It's only been until recently that I've just sort of learned that yeah, I actually can put down something good. It's just I want to explore another medium, but
Have
Yep.
you
I've
tried
never.
putting down marker as your big color fields and then highlighting and shading with just the colored pencil?
I have not tried that, but I could experiment with that.
Yep.
Last
You
time
get
I
some
ever worked with
amazing effects when you do that.
That's a little bit the
last time I
way
played
how
around with
I
markers.
went into painting at first, because to me it was also rather intimidating. I did lots of highlighting first, or darkening of shadows, like just using white and black basically to elevate my drawings, and
I
then
can.
like adding more color to
I'm
it
thinking of
as I went
your.
along.
I'm thinking of your like older pieces from like all your yesterdays, the ones that were featured in there. Those
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
come to mind. Is
exactly.
that?
That's basically my start in actual painting.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Uh,
Okay,
you're
3
probably my
minutes
age
40
when you were
seconds.
putting those out. It's crazy.
How much time?
3 minutes 30 seconds.
Oh, I think I'm finished. My
You're
result is
lucky.
like barely bigger than my thumb, so that's a little fun. Let's
I'm just
see.
making a goober.
I mean, these animals are goobers.
That's the whole reason why people wanted to draw it.
Yeah.
They are among the most goober of creatures. I actually did something here. I hit the teeth.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I did. If I were drawing a close up of the head, I'd probably show it like with its teeth out or whatever. In my head, I can imagine some these being somewhat like modern game birds, like I don't know, some species of pheasant, or
I also like to imagine them
guans.
similar to pheasants. Galliforms in general.
Yeah. Imagine you're just like walking around in one of these forests, and then you see one of these like running after you and like biting at your trousers and beating you with its wings. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen this, but there's this video on YouTube of a Swedish TV reporter on a highway by a forest, and a capercaillie just runs up to him with its ugly pig noises and just starts beating him with its wings and nipping at his legs. And he's in genuine terror because this bird is like super territorial and aggressive.
Oh, they're all quite large too.
That's why living in the time of dinosaurs would be freaking terrifying.
I like to imagine them like just walking through the woods, and you see like something is like in the undergrowth, and it just makes a loud and then you see it for blink of an eye, and then it runs over the path and away. And you don't know for sure what you just saw.
Yep. Also should remark that the quarry in which Sisyphosaurus is from is also host to both species of Rhepenamamus, at least 3 species of Troodontids, 2 species of Ceratopsians, another being Leoceratops, and Joholosaurus. I don't know what kind of ornithischian it is. Last I remembered, it was like a Thescelosaur type thing, but my memory on that is sort of rusty. It's got a lot of individual stuff, but I just think it's dandy. The Lugiatun quarry. It's smaller animals that are preserved, though.
Okay, just a few seconds.
Alrighty. Time to photograph.
And there we go. Time to post.
Alright. What if it was time to roast and we were all insulting each other?
No.
If it's time to roast here on Paleo Stream, then only because I put on the barbecue.
Oh.
Your mama's so
What
are you
old,
cooking?
she's seen one of these in person.
Damn. I would. What would Joshua?
Raven, bring out the goalies.
All right, here we go. Sandwich between Limnoscelis and Allosaurus, Jamadsoni, and Mosasaurus missouriensis. In case you were wondering what that was.
Despair.png, what? Cypressure, I'm quite. Oh wait, that was a comment on Uteranus earlier. I see. They are hiding my boy from me. Yeah, Uteranus. Gone from us too soon.
Yeah. I really do hope the rest of Sanityrannus gets described and that inevitably Uteranus gets lumped into it, because that would be so freaking funny. It'd make me laugh.
It would be funny.
It's not been long enough for Novum Protectum.
Yeah, it's not been long enough for that, and honestly, it's... I do find it funny whenever there's, like, prehistoric animals where it's, like, they've garnered somewhat of a reputation with some folks, but, like, outside of that, the literature doesn't really have much for them, and it's even less so from a... I don't know how to describe it, where it's like, because there's sometimes where like people who are into paleontology have an inflated sense of like, oh yeah, because this is so significant in the literature or whatever, that must mean that most folks know it. There's like an XQCD comic that makes fun of this sort of idea. Yes, exactly that.
It's quartz.
But there's also something where it's like, there's a taxon which, like, folks, it's sort of a fan favorite for like people who are like interested in the science, from afar. However, when you look into the literature, it's like crickets or like barely anything aside from the initial description. Like it's mostly like the stuff described in Nature that I'm thinking of, Nature or Science.
Yeah.
Like,
Publishing in Nature literally, I feel like, sabotages your paper, even if it helps with your
Yeah.
I
At
guess
least when it
reputation.
comes to the description of new species known from substantial remains, I think there is a place for Nature
Okay.
papers. There are things that are cool that you can describe just over a few pages. But when it comes to description of new material, of a new species, I would not go there. It gives you like at least from the standpoint of like, hey, I want to properly do proper science here. It feels wrong.
ones that really annoy me are, for example, ones where it's like these are relatively well-known animals, sometimes even without, like, outside of, paleontology spaces. Like, for example, Suchomimus or Giganotosaurus, where it's like, oh yeah, as well-renowned as these are, these should probably be ones where more literature should be on them, right? Not really. The only other literature I can think of for Giganotosaurus is a paper describing the second specimen, the second and largest specimen, which is just the tip of a dentary. And for Suchomimus, it's like, yeah, you got a couple of specimens photographed and illustrated across a couple other papers, but it's sort of as a part of the data set rather than, the meat of the paper. It's figured in, which is annoying.
Yep.
And pitiful.
Barryox commenting on YouTube, the wool Deinosuchus nerve is sad. I hope you mean that as a joke, because I'm sorry, but I know me and a few people are very rubbed the wrong way by using gaming terminology on extinct animals.
We don't we don't
Deinosuchus-
fantasize
We are not fans
paleontology
of
over
Tier Zoo
here.
here. Let's just say that.
All
The
right, I'm just gonna
opposite.
say this. As I really don't get the whole like idea of like, oh, they nerfed Deinosuchus, wow, because having stood next to two, well, I mean, these are kind of inaccurately reconstructed casts, but casts of the holotype of Deinosuchus reagrandensis, even ignoring all the stuff that's restored to basically be like a modern day Cuban crocodile or something like that. If you were to take the snout, just that's basically about as big as your head. Just like one half of it. It's already a big animal. Like only the
Yeah.
body.
They only
the rest
changed
of the
its
animal that's
proportions.
pretty
The
much
skull is
changed in
still the
length.
same size. It can still like rip a hadrosaur in half easily. And even if it didn't, what give? It's
Yeah,
it's a
I'm just gonna
fossil
say-
animal. It's like not a video game character or something. Like, yeah.
I really do think people's perspectives on this sort of stuff would change, like for the better, if I don't know, they weren't just looking at 2D diagrams on a screen and instead, saw the actual material.
Yeah, but
Because
you
it's
cannot
like,
bring a
or-
Deinosuchus specimen to everyone in their home.
Joshua, I don't know. I think you're being a little I think you're being a little greedy here. I think we can do that.
I'm just realistic. And with that, we should look at the realism of some of these people, not people, sketches that were posted. We are starting
Hey, good
with Casual Soap Muncher, who did The Shut Animal. What a beautiful title for this piece. Two of Incisivosaurs approaching each other. One bowing. Very nice, very cool. I like the little feather crests there you gave them. I think the limbs are maybe a little bit too robust, but otherwise very fancy looking guys indeed. Next we have Mr. Cloverly with this portrait. I love the feather ears. I see the prairie chicken inspiration. Honestly, fits this guy very well. Nice idea. Then, Laurie with the little guy down there sitting on its back limbs. Very cool indeed. That beautiful little boy. It's just sitting there, menacingly. Then in Cyprus with another portrait. Very cool. Love as usual the brushwork. I love how angry it looks. The little wattly, scrunchy skin on the face. Very cool. After that, Velociraptor with the baby just standing there on a rock, looking at us with its Bugs Bunny teeth. Excellent. I think I would make the head though a little bit slimmer. The skull is quite slender when you look in dorsal view at it. Same with the hind limbs. They are looking at these animals' proportions. They must have been quite fast. Similar to the aforementioned pheasants. Cheesy Cerato coming in with this little guy here. Very cool. Again with the feather ears. I would like to say that the head looks a little bit too large here. Like the proportions look more like that of a juvenile right now. What you would expect from a juvenile with a quite big proportional head. Would be probably like looking at the specimens we assume are complete Incisivosaurus or close relatives. Would probably be little different. The whole animal would be probably a little bit more slender. Like if you like get rid of the little feather ears, we could say this is a juvenile because that's usually a feature that comes in as an adult in birds. But yeah, I think I would make the tail a bit shorter. But otherwise, this looks very nice indeed. A nice portrait if we look at that on its own. Okay, next we have Raven with this beautiful little guy. Very scrungly, very birdy. I don't think I would have given it a beak on the upper part of the skull. I don't really see evidence for that. On the lower jaw, that makes sense. Although it could be toughened skin here. Would be maybe a little bit of texture there that could clarify by that. But yeah, no, I love what you did with the skull. Looks a little bit vulturine with a rounded out feathers on the head, but then like the scrungly stuff on the cheeks. Very cute. Who are you again? Oh, you are my turtle. True. Yes. The invertebrate person was forced to go in with the bone stuff. Interesting perspective you chose here. Quite tricky having it like this, looking over the shoulder shot here. I'm not quite sure what you did with the teeth. It looks a little bit like a heterodontosaur here. Keep in mind this Incisivosaurus. The big teeth, the incisors or incisiforms should be called, probably because it's not real incisors, are at the very front of the snoot. So we will probably not have this sticking out here on the side, instead being at the very, very front. If you want to show them. I assume you would probably not see them with closed mouths because there would be some soft tissue obscuring that, but we don't know. Maybe they did a muskier thing or something. For that, we would need a close inspection of the teeth, actually, which has not happened. Miss Captain Trululu with it's a chibi-chan. It's so round. Very cute. I would make the tail even shorter and the tail fan bigger, which would actually, I think, help your chibi design overall, making it even more chubby stuff. Like the tails of these guys are very short. I think in Caudipteryx we also have a Pygostyle, small one, and a few other Oviraptorosaurs too. So yes, these guys are very birdy from the outside already. John 1000. Is this? It is Sleepy T-Rex trying to bring trying to confuse me by using colors this time. My God. It's Incisover. Millions must flock. Indeed, millions must flock. Why did you give it glasses though? Who can tell? It's a nice portrait though.
It's the nerd emoji.
Oh God. Carrying on, Roadrunner von Hell with 2 Incisivores here with tons of wattles and stuff here, going all out on soft tissue reconstruction here. I quite also like the nearly vulture-like covering of the heads and stuff. And intraspecific comment is an interesting topic for these guys. I could see these guys using their teeth for such menacing things. And hi, there, Jay with Incisivosaurus just chilling. Maybe on a rock, maybe on a large dinosaur, maybe on a tree, who can tell. It's very cute how it sits there. Nice indeed. Anything else here? I think I would have made the feet a little bit larger, maybe. Okay, rats with a baby Incisivosaurus. Spied by bald emus. I see. I think if you want to make it a baby, I would have made the eyes bigger. Even for an adult, this is potentially pushing it. Like the orbits are quite large in these guys. So similar to baby birds, I would like balloon up the brain case and the orbits more to make that wool portion more pronounced. And I don't think I would give it, as said to Raven, give it like a rhamphtheca, a beak on the upper part of the skull here. That is something that we see in quite a few dinosaurs, appearing again and again. Pachycephalosaurs, some of them have that too, for example. I think 1 or 2 stegosaurs also. It's relatively surprisingly common, honestly. How often we have dinosaurs that only have one half of the beak. But yeah, then TS Forever coming with this nice guy here. I love the coloration, the reddish brown and white and black always works. Always. If you have any. If you have never like if you run out of ideas for like color schemes, just white, reddish brown, and black in some combination, it usually works. Yeah, I think the proportions are not quite there. Again, the tail is a little bit long, I would say. In the moment, it looks a little bit like a short-armed Therizinosaur, I would say. Because of that, and I would make the legs slightly longer. But otherwise, I think this is, yeah, looks good. Literally Miguel with a frontal view. Nerd emoji portrait. Excellent. Very good. Yes. God damn it, what you have done again in 20 minutes. Oh. Shit. Very nice. What a goober. In very similar vein, we have Octoless coming in. Oh, I see you use the mirror tool here, the symmetry tool. Very funky. Looks a little bit like it could be the baby of this one here with its spots that look a little bit like what you see in baby birds. Oh no. I kept restarting. That is unfortunate. Sometimes, yeah, it's sometimes better to just say, nope, I gotta restart. Then, your state of soda. Are you Brontosaur? You are Brontosaur. My God. I love lacking. And I love mulch. What a creature you have there indeed. It has surprisingly glasses-looking markings on its face. That is so unusual. What gave you that idea? I do wonder. Did everyone really go into this stream with the intention of making nerd emojis? Sometimes it seems like that. Jura Venator next year going all out on feathering. Damn. Nice. I mean, would probably not be the case if that one specimen turns really out to be Incisivosaurus that Laurie posted earlier. On the other hand, could be sexual dimorphism. You know, there could be adult specimens that actually show feathers like that. So I shall not judge. I shall not judge. Then V-Swain with another murdered in emoji. My God. You know, there was recently the idea in the mod team to maybe run another emoji competition. Maybe we should. Okay. Next, that looks to be Orange Enjoyer, which is most likely Alex, coming in with a very nice line drawing here. I quite enjoy the facial disc, a little bit owl-like what you went for here. Also a little wattle here on the snoot is a nice touch, I have to say. I think the body would be a little bit deeper for this guy, and I suspect the primaries would actually be bigger. When you look at Caudipteryx and the specimens that Laurie posted earlier, you actually see that the wings, although the arms are small, the wings are actually relatively large, similar to some galliforms today, where the arm bones are actually quite dinky, but they attach to quite large fans of feathers. Okay, next we have Eam here with two Incisivosaurus approaching each other with the intent of being sexy, I guess. At least one of them is trying to be. Very cool, loving the color scheme. Nice. Oh my God, Aberrantologist, that is so scrungly. Excellent. I love how you obscure the shape of the skull with the additional feathering on the snoot. Excellent choice. Also quite likely considering that there was no beak. There was nothing obscuring the feathers from simply growing that far forward. Octolus going in with another emoji. Saurops coming in with another with another portrait here. Late to stream. We already started it half an hour late. How can you be even later? Anyway, this looks very nice. Then Ultra Loser, inspired a bit by Rias. I see. You know, it reminds me more or less of Rias and more painted dogs actually. The way you patterned it, quite charming, honestly. Very nice. Then we have JW coming in here with Incisivosaurus. Is it like rubbing its face against the bark, or is that just a shadow?
It has to keep itself stable. It's going to be leaning a little bit.
It's like anchoring itself into.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Interesting idea. Very fun. I think you made the hands a little bit large here.
Yeah.
Looks
I think I
looks a little like a pterosaur from afar, but besides that,
I saw phylogeny and I accidentally used Protarchaeopteryx rather than the other one.
That guy has very large hands. Yeah, that is true.
I mean, it's in between. It's in between two.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that I love the coloring. It's cool stuff. Tapping Snurtle coming in with this little freak here, going for some Psycat fruiting bodies by the looks of it. I love the eyes here, the dark red. Very cool indeed. I will comment here on the wings a little bit. You gave it secondaries, but here the second finger would actually hold the largest of the wing feathers, the primaries. Something to keep in mind. When you look at some of these fossils of Caudipteryx, for example, you can nicely see how it attaches there and forms the main body of the wing. But yeah, very nice. Love the atmosphere too. And we have Boba T with this little guy. I kind of forgot how to do it, but better than nothing. That is totally fine. First flocking after all. We are all learners here. It's a charming little guy. Look at him go. I would make the face a little bit slimmer, maybe, and you can give them a little bit larger wings as well, as mentioned earlier. Then, your state of Montana. Is that Sora? It is Sora. With another work in progress here. Very fun. Going again for the nerd emoji I see, but different this time. The legs look a little bit too chunky right now, I would say. But yeah, looks otherwise really good. I'm looking forward to see it finished. Okay, reducing the chat. Floop. That brings us to sketch number 2, which was Hyquictus. Oh boy,
Oh yay!
it's time for fish.
It's a really simple animal.
I'm probably gonna be drawing it life size.
We should have maybe
I hope
started with that.
Yeah.
I actually have not yet looked at the paper, the new one.
It's funky. It also goes over like what evidence we have for other jawless fish clades.
Interesting.
It's interesting.
Ooh. If
there's
somebody
not too
has
much.
references, I'm just googling right now like stuff that is. Is this from the paper?
The funky facing one is from the paper, like the front facing one. I can grab.
Oh no, this is a paper from
fr-
2003. But this figure here gives some good idea of the overall shape.
If someone doesn't post it before me, I'm
Ooh, yeah,
going into the paper.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, Fossil Adder grabbed it.
So Adder has it. Yeah, there you see the 4 eyes this guy had.
Yeah,
God.
let
I
me
think it's
show you. This is what I was talking about. Like where they go
Automato,
over.
that shows nicely. Yeah.
Like you can see that.
Oh, Meta Springia too.
Yeah.
Sprigina, not
It's-
Springia.
I mean, it's for some reason just the like basal character for vertebrata is the 4 eyes.
That is freaky.
And it's 4 camera type eyes too. It's not like 2 simple ones.
Yeah. It's razor derived. Also, that makes sense also to looking at all vertebrates today that have eyes. They are all built that way, so it would need to be a razor early adaptation.
Yeah.
And then you have, I guess that's the nostril opening between the eyes.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think the mouth is
To my
below.
To my knowledge, these guys would just sort of be like not swimming very fast in the water and just filter feeding, like basically just being
Yeah.
in one spot.
Yeah.
Like trying to think what they're called.
sardines.
Oh no, I was not even that. Like a waste. Like I would assume being pushed by, or not pushed by the current, but like more like tunicates, non-sessile tunicates or something. I'm at least pretty sure. Someone.
Nah, Maddle, that is not AI. That's the thing with AI. AI cannot imagine new stuff like that. AI would have a really hard time with coming up with this in a way that is sufficient for a publication. I think this is because it's based on a 3D model, I guess.
It's not what I would have gone with, but it gets the message across.
I mean, it looks like the front view of or like the top view in the new figure, like it does, like it shows the main point of the paper.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good for like sort of the
Yeah.
best option.
Yeah.
My
I
issue is that
think,
it doesn't convey the scale that well.
Yeah, I guess like some marine snow could have helped or something. Either that or like top-down view of it being pursued.
gill
It-
holes. How many do we have here? In this
Wait a bit.
figure, I see around 7, maybe. So part of how many do they put on here? Okay, also 7 on the reconstruction that Machado posted. There we go. Yeah, there it is again. So 7 gill openings. Yeah, it has a sloped tail. It's
There
a
is a
simple
ch-
creature. What was
There-
the thing here? Scale bar is 5 millimeters, so this thing is just a few centimeters long. It's
There
a
is
small
a
guy.
chance. There is a chance that this is foreshadowing for tomorrow. That'd
What
be a
do you
little
mean?
silly. You'll never guess where this guy is from. Chinese Cambrian.
Stop it.
Uh,
E.g., yes, that is most likely the nostril opening we have there. Just a little hole. Ricardo, the Opabinia of vertebrates. I wouldn't even say that because it might be much more common than we think. Then again,
mean,
we
it's
also don't
already-
have many Opabinets. Maybe that condition was also much more common. But yeah, when this is another figure, in case you haven't seen on the server. Yeah, no, the condition for it might have been quite a bit more widespread in early vertebrates than you would assume.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
Also, I never-
It's one of these things we have these beautiful fossils, and you think, yeah, we know pretty well how this guy looked like. And then new material, new methods come along, and it's like, actually, it looks quite a bit different.
Yeah, I mean it's not too different. It's just
I mean, yeah, in the overall
an
shape,
elephant in
nothing
the
has
room.
changed. But adding 2 more eyes to something does something.
Yeah. I mean, it also helps that the Burgess Shale guy got flipped over last year, I believe. So we're getting some changes to these more famous, very early vertebrates.
oh,
Yeah.
you mean Pikaia, right?
Yeah, Pikaia got flipped.
I barely remember that.
Flippity floppity.
Not that I didn't care. It's just that I forgot that it happened. And yeah, that's basically it.
Fossilized. It was mainly because plant locality. Like it being a terrestrial like salt marsh.
Yeah. We added indeed Poisson-Chong, which, when I pronounce it like that, sounds a little bit French. Poisson-Chong.
Oh,
I never noticed
but
that
yeah,
for,
yeah, like
for lampreys.
yes, yeah, it is Devonian, but it's we have so little good material from the terrestrial part of the Devonian that was tempting, and also we have good fish material from there too. So it's a nice contrast to what we have from Mighty Church.
Yeah. It's a lot less of a specialized environment. So you have 30 species or more than 30 species rather than like 8.
And also the animals are a little bit larger in general, making it easier to have everything in frame. Like, so that was a big problem with Rhinichurd, that all animals were next to microscopic.
Yeah. Yeah. I would not call the stuff at or at least the fish material at Pusanchong the best in the world. It's just the fish that are there are super interesting.
Yeah, it's a nice variety.
It's here's the earliest members of every single lobed-fin fish clade.
Yeah.
Because lobed-fin fish originated in the region.
Oh, also Fossil Adder adding here a nice reference image that shows nostril placement, how it can be found in some modern jawless fish as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I think we have everything we need for this. Let us start with Hyquictus. Its new interpretation with the 4 eyes. In 1, 2, 3, go.
I need to find something before I start.
This is going to be a fun one, as I won't have to do that much detail. Haha. I just need to see how long this thing is first before I start marking it down.
I don't think I've ever drawn a
5
jawless
centimeters.
fish before in my life.
Yeah, she said 20 centimeters.
Like 5 centimeters.
Oh, 5.
I mean, look in the thing that Mud Turtle posted. There's a 5 millimeter scale bar in there. It's not much.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay. All right. I just need a. Where's? I got to get out my trusty little scale bar myself. I've got one of those. There we go. Very good. All right, let's see if we can nail this one down. Probably the best jawless fish to start off drawing anyway, because there's not much to really work with feature-wise. And it's not that big. So if you want to really be smart about it, you can draw it at virtually life size and then just forego drawing too much. Let's see, hold on.
Oh yeah, Yash. Did you ever have a chance to look at the new Chinese biota paper?
I skimmed over it.
Another reason to hate nature papers, but because what do you mean something like that is that short?
Mm-hmm.
What's the discussion about this time? I'm curious.
Earlier this week, a new, very large, Cambrian locality from China got described. Like, just a whole new locality.
A whole new biota.
Yeah, no. I mean both. It's a nature paper, so it's super short. But it hits you with the abstract of, oh hey, in this biota, we have documented
over 150 species.
So far.
And 59% of them are new. And it shows more similarities with Burgess Shale.
Oh, that's glorious. Oh well.
I mean, like, it will get stuff published on it. So that's not really too much of a worry.
Dang. Well, still
would not-
drawing this dangle fishy thingy.
I would not be surprised if this is like trying to think what it's called. Like Jing Jang, and has like at least 1 or 2 papers about it per year.
Yeah, I saw in the
Alright.
artwork created for it that they show radiodons, but I don't remember seeing radiodons in there.
There's multiple new herds from there. Or yeah,
I think there's
Herod.
always a new herd.
Like there's at least 2 new of that group. There's a bunch. They have like a bunch of photos of material.
Fun stuff.
I need to look
Alright.
at that again.
Alright.
14 minutes, 50 seconds.
I think that is enough time for me to work with this thing.
I thought you were gonna say that you were already done.
Oh no. I've just gotten the basic outline done. I'm drawing it at life size too because I can just do that.
I mean, it's one of the animals where it's easily done.
Um, I first learned at this thing, other than walking with monsters, I am genuinely shocked. But then again, not all of us were aware of the BBC's website, which featured a photo gallery of several critters from Walking with Monsters. Or grew up with it, so no judgment here.
I have never drawn a jawless fish before in my life.
They're so silly.
And they only get harder to draw from here.
No, they don't.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how much detail you want to add and which taxa you go for.
You,
I mean,
you
if
can't
there's
tell me
lots
that
of
Galap.
Thermal ornamentation or stuff, maybe. But
You can't tell me that Galapsids are harder to draw than this.
I'm thinking of
I
stuff
mean-
like ostracoderms, like I don't know, Xenaspis or Hemicyclaspis or.
I guess.
But I'm saying this as someone who's actually never attempted to draw an ostracoderm since I was 6.
I think that you would have a much easier time.
The reason why I said since I was 6 is because since I was 6, one of the few ostracoderms I was pretty much aware of was Cephalaspis. Aside from like Hemicyclaspis or trying to remember what else. Machairaspis, Taraspis, is that one of them?
Taurospis is, I think, a thing. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, well, I was aware of what was shown on Walking with Beasts, not Walking with Beasts, Walking with Monsters, and then whatever was featured in some popular books on prehistoric life, that featured ostracoderms. And then later on, it was what is it? Whatever Hannah Bonner illustrated in her books on the Paleozoic, which is where I got my exposure to some pretty obscure critters here and there, including a smattering of some jawless fish from the Silurian and Devonian. Old red sandstone type stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Hemicyclaspis and Cephalaspis are like the ones most folks will kind of know by default because they're the most talked about and because they're the best preserved.
There's better ones.
Well, I didn't say better. Well, I mean, for their time, they were the best known. I don't know if there's, I can't say off the top of my head of any others that are like since then like just as well preserved or anything.
Ones from
Do
Moth.
strive till no this yeah what taxon was that though? I don't know.
I think Supercolapsis. That is complete specimens with ontogeny.
Right, yeah. Oh, and then there's also thelodonts that are like sometimes really nicely preserved.
I mean, there
I'm
was a
thinking
whole
of-
new order described from there.
I'm thinking of like Furcacauda and colleagues,
Yeah, those guys
in
are
terms
from
of that.
there.
Yep. Just the preservation on those can be pretty funny.
Because it just looks like a child drew like smattered just some ink on like a rock and it looks like a fish vaguely.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever attempted to draw something like Furcacauda or what is it? I forget the names of all the other genera because there's like a couple others. And they're mostly described in one paper.
Yes.
I also I know from the moth locality there's Brocod monies, which I've never drawn, but it's one that I've been aware of for at least a decade or so, and I should draw that. However, I don't.
It's way smaller than you think. You could draw it life
I
size.
can imagine it. There's a lot of those kinds of fishies where I'm like, yeah, I can totally see these like not being too big. However, I don't want to start drawing another Acanthodian without finishing another. So I beseech you again, might you have any insights on Climatius before I
I have
rage quit
not
on it?
looked into Climatius. I recommend. I don't know what I recommend actually.
I could send you the paper that goes over its anatomy and I don't know,
Yeah, ironically,
make you into doing a reconstruction.
Ironically, moth is a good thing to look at for that because it's one of the few localities where you actually get good enough preservation to see what the nasal anatomy was like.
I suppose. So. Yeah.
6
well,
minutes, 40 seconds.
The thing I'm like really curious about is like whether the anatomy described of it, like I don't know, what's been described of it prior isn't like too far off from what we would probably assume of acanthodians, what we know now. The paper about its anatomy that I'm thinking of is like one that's from sometime in the 2010s, where it goes over like the dentical anatomy, and then also the, I guess, some basic bits and bobs about the, just basically how it is, but mostly about the denticles. Maybe something on its skull anatomy, but I could share it with you if you like.
Yeah, I can look at it. I got
Yeah.
some free
It's
time
not-
tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's all right. Yes. Yeah, it's it's an anatomical revision, I guess. It uses histological data, which is pretty cool. I think when you look at how this thing's denticles are, this is devious. On the pectoral spines of Climatius, they're a little bumpy.
My ass did not wake up to my alarm this morning.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Petit.
Hi, petite.
That is unfortunate.
Petite, you missed in size of a saurus.
Did I miss anything else?
No, we're drawing Haikuichthyes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's
Yeah.
so easy to draw.
Yeah, we started late because
Hey.
I had to wake up a dead man.
Oh wait, we
Whatever
started-
does
oh, that's
that mean?
perfect. That's actually perfect.
Well, you have like
Amazing.
8 minutes or 7 minutes.
Actually, four
Okay,
and a
what
half.
the heck did you mean? What the heck did Joshua mean by this?
Watching Knives Out 3.
Oh, yeah, that was good. I'm not gonna say anything much, other than I liked it. I saw
It's
it
very good.
I saw
What
it
are
2
the
weeks
other two
ago,
things that we're doing
exactly.
today?
What do you say, Petite?
What are the other two things we're doing today?
Denverosaurus and Chasmapsis.
Wow. With
Ugh.
this, we
Are
should
you
try
shitting
and
me?
we should ring up the Lancian idolatry.
Wake up! Immediately draw Osuderms.
We can't torture Lance like that.
He'll get on call and say, "No, I'm too busy reconstructing some other glip shito. Go away." I'm kidding. He's not that negative. He's no negative Nancy.
He is more negative.
I met up with him actually 2 weeks ago to go over to the Natural History Museum and just chat about a couple things.
Vibe.
Fortunately, like directly after I got a cold, I don't know why, and literally
It was
nobody
because
else
of
got
Lancian.
sick. I
Oh
guess
my god,
so.
who let that gremlin in?
I
It's just,
And-
God damn it.
And then I was like literally sick for a week, and it sucked so much. And I was like, who got me sick? How did I get sick? Because for those who would know me in person, I still wear a face mask. You
No,
know,
same here.
because
Oh yeah, always.
but yeah, it's just like for some reason it just like as soon as I'm out of the museum, my throat gets all dry, and then my nose starts clogging up. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
It's these
I went over
these
this cool
Lancian
little exhibit
germs.
in Hollywood
they
about-
are especially nasty.
I have no idea. I mean, the only time I had my mask off was outside in the food court area. I wouldn't even call it the food court. And I don't know, maybe some little kid got their germs in the air somehow. I don't know. Either way, haven't been sick like that in a while. It sucks.
And
again, everyone
I
else
feel like everyone
and-
gets it in some moments.
Yeah, everyone in January was getting sick somehow.
Yep, 2 minutes.
Other than that, yeah, we're drawing Haikuichthyes, this disgusting little animal, which thankfully, if you draw it at life size, you kind of forego, I don't know, drawing it in disgusting detail, unless you want it to look like a a still from an episode of SpongeBob. You know the kind.
It lived with Anomalocaris, I assume.
No,
Anomalocaris did maybe, but probably not Anomalocaris proper.
Yeah, you are thinking of wrong Cambrian locality.
Well, I'll give a lifeline because if you're thinking of what Anomalocaris was in Walking with Monsters, that's technically not Anomalocaris. That is Innovaticaris, which was named only a couple of years ago. So don't worry, you didn't. It's not like you fell asleep and totally missed out on something that I don't. It's not something that happened like a long time ago, and we all should have known about it sooner. But then again, that specimen, which it's based on, is one that has had a bit of a taxonomic tumble, as it were, for the last like 30 years or so. So it was referred to Anomalocaris sauron. And, that turned out to be its
20
own
seconds.
genus. And then the specimen that Anomalocaris, Innovaticaris was named after, turned out to be a distinct taxon from Anomalocaris sauron, or Hucaris sauron, as it was renamed. And so it was kind of in limbo for a bit. So, fun stuff.
There we go. Time to
Until
post.
it was fully redescribed. All right. I'll have to crack this puppy open. All right.
Nerd.
Why are you screaming, nerd?
Not calling the kettle black.
I didn't say that I wasn't also one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm posting. Oh, thank goodness it automatically brings me here. And I switch away.
Let me save.
Oh, fancy little Incisivosaurus.
When I write a
I just saw
haiku
yours.
on this ictus,
How
Kill
big
you.
would how big would Haikuikis be compared to like what's his face Innovaticaris?
Oh, I'm sorry, I blanked out for a second. Was that?
That's all right. How big is Haikuikis compared to Innovaticaris?
Well, Haikuicthus is like barely 5 centimeters long. Meanwhile,
It is
Sorry.
not. It's like 2 centimeters.
yeah, sorry, my bad. Wait, did I draw it? It's like 4 centimeters long. Am I stupid?
I'm pretty sure that's more than 2 centimeters.
You said 2 centimeters.
No, I said 4. 4 to 5.
Oh, then I misheard.
I went with the.
I said it
went with
several
the scale that was
times.
provided. Wikipedia might need to update a couple of things on it, but
Sorry, I can't
in,
talk in Imperial.
It's okay. Innovaticaris is, from my memory, not that big either. It's barely over 10 centimeters,
Yeah, we'll see.
excluding the rachisae things that come out of its posterior.
Okay, cool.
It's not a very large animal.
Jens Kosch
most-
on YouTube is asking, speaking of terrestrial stuff that goes into the Devonian and Rhine Church, what do you think about the Prototaxides being completely distinct type of multicellular life? I think, I mean, the preprint had been out for a while, quite a bit of time to think about it, and honestly, that makes a lot of sense considering how many contradicting signals we have gotten from this thing in the past. Also because it's so old, it would be surprising if there weren't a few branches of the tree that are just so completely lost on us that we just don't have it today. And that I think it's totally fascinating, and I think it's certainly plausible. And I
Yeah,
hope
I
there
think
will
it's
be
more than
more in that
plausible.
vein in the future. Unfortunately, I lack the knowledge to judge it on a technical basis.
I mean, it having a completely different style of cells and also not having chitin is pretty conclusive.
Yeah, but that is what the authors are claiming. So, and I cannot judge that. I cannot judge if they are indeed very different from what we see in others. Like there might be some people who
mean-
know much more about this that look like at the wait a second, I think this actually looks quite similar to this and that. And yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they compared it chemically to fungi seen at Rhynie, so
no, I
think
it's-
chemically
it's
they at
quite
least
cool.
have it. It is.
And I mean
Perhaps a sister
the
taxon.
preprint also has been out now quite a few months.
For like
I
a
think
year
it came
because Jules
out
covered it.
shortly after our Rhynie shirt stream actually.
I think it came out before.
Or came it out
'cause,
before? I don't remember.
Jules talked about it in the Protex IDs talk she did last year.
Yes. But wasn't that after Rhynie shirt stream? I would need to check. But yes, it's a fascinating topic.
Oh my god, I realized I have to get into radiodont anatomy. And I realized, shit.
Wait, so just to clarify, this is Maltesian shales, or am I thinking of?
Yeah, this is
different
Jing Jing
thing?
Biota.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Also,
then we
Petite,
do
I have you on
anomalous
200%, but you are
CF
not that audible to me.
enhances.
You are very quiet.
That's interesting.
I can hear it
My
just
microphone
fine.
Volume is set at 100%. I think that's an issue on your end, maybe.
I don't know. I have everything on max.
Yash was an old man. He can no longer hear.
Yeah, I don't know. Discord's been actually. I found that audio's been quite weird lately.
Yep. 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 Yep.
What else?
Okay, I'm quickly going to the toilet. Then we are looking at what people posted. Also, posture check.
Posture check, but not for me.
Why not?
No, because I mean, just, I just sat down. Okay, cool. 30 hours.
Feel like... I'm thinking like, what radiant haven't I reconstructed yet?
Ooh.
Does Toxocaris exist? Or am I making shit up?
I would
That is
recommend just
nothing
looking at
ever.
the Ching Ching Biota Wikipedia page.
Tragic.
I know there's a Toxoprion, but that's a Eugeniodont from like
And it is something I suggested, but unfortunately it was not taken.
good old days when Joshua would literally put anything in as a voting suggestion,
Yeah.
typed in even as jokes.
Definitely.
Now I think there's a little more
Definitely that
scrutiny, you know.
Yeah, I might just reconstruct Shukaris again. I love Shukaris. Has a special place in my heart.
Any reason?
Shukaris?
Yeah, I'll
Is it
just do
just a
Shukaris
silly-
again. Cool.
Is it just a silly little guy?
No, it's just one of the first radiodonts that I drew and was actually quite happy with. So
There you
it's
go.
effectively my Pachycormid of radiodonts.
It's pretty cool, yeah. I'm looking at the anatomy of Shukaris ankyloscellus. That's pretty freaky.
Be
Yeah, I
freaky.
think that Amplectobelloa has the GLSs, but I feel like the almost Radiodonted did.
I hope someday we get a really, really good specimen of.
GLSs is honestly quite an interesting combo compared to just the classic Amplectobellidid. Amplectobellid. Whatchamacallit? Raptoro-feeding appendages. Sorry, I'm still waking up.
That's alright.
I just find the visual quite interesting.
Honestly, yeah, just drawing. I mean, Haiku-Wikis just gives me a golden opportunity to do some Radiodonts
Why did
because
you say
I-
Haiku-Wikis?
Haiku-Wikis, is that how it's pronounced or not?
Yeah, it's ichthyes like
ichthyes.
fish.
Yeah.
Who
Ichthy-
suggested
yeah, on-
bloody
Ichthyo-
Hylosaur for a flocking? I'm just saying. who did that?
Ichthyosaurus.
Who did that?
Ichthyosaur. I'm
I
at
can
the-
tell you. You can kill Jackosaur.
Is Jackosaur even here? Okay. Jackosaur.
I
type
don't-
in off-
Oh,
Talk-
Lancian's here.
Talk text.
What? Who's killing Jackosaur?
Petite.
Dude.
Also, Yash, you were right. I just checked. It was the day after.
That-
You
that-
made
that
your
was-
you made your Twitter post on the 16th and it came out on the 17th.
Yep.
Oh.
Love to see it. Thankfully, that does not change anything about the outward appearance or morphology of that thing.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it would probably still
Yeah.
use spores. A bunch.
Yeah,
of
I would have
other
shown it the same
things
way,
use
but-
spores
yeah.
too.
Lancian, let me get you.
I say,
And let us have a look at the funky creatures that people posted. Starting with Anemo's Taken. Why continue with the nerd emoji? Damn. Ah well. I shall not judge. Unless I will. But yeah, it is certainly in Haiku-Ichthys. Or maybe it's not a nerd emoji, but it's petite as a Haiku-Ichthys. Who can tell?
That is.
Please specify. Next, we have Roadrunner from Hell. Also looks a little bit like nerd emoji. No, that's more like a monobrow actually. Yeah. Cartoon villain look. Evil grin. Yeah, a little bit. Very evil and scheming indeed. Octolus coming in with his funny little guy. It looks very astonished about being here, and I can agree with that. I think you made the lobes like here in the front a little bit too deep, but otherwise quite nice indeed. Then we have Licher Miguel getting very close up and personal with his Haiku-Ichthys. Oh boy. I think to emphasize a little bit more how small this guy is, I would blur it out quite a bit just behind the eyes, because you would need like quite the macro lens to get such a close view on it. Like if I had more time, I would also like blur out my stuff on the edges a little bit, but I'm a little bit further away. Because in the moment it feels a bit like this guy is like 6 meters long. And Average Bear with this funky dude. The eyes looking like that. It's like having two faces in a way. It's so weird. It's kind of uncomfortable. Very well done. Then we have a little swarm of Haiku-Ichthys by Velociraptor. Very beautiful, very nice. Is it? Wait. It's 6 skill slits. It should be 7, Velociraptor. I'm just gonna tell you.
oh, sorry.
What was that laugh? What's up? Next, Lori with Hyquictus just vibing there between some marine reptiles. I see. Nice. A little goober. John 1000. Then I fell for it again, didn't I? Yeah, it's Sleepy T-Rex. It my God, it has a turtleneck on. My damn. I think you killed it with that because that's covering up the gill slits. Like, if I no, I would be like that. I will not read it out loud, though, Sleepy T-Rex. I don't get it. It will be fun
I
to
think
some.
that's a haiku. I think that's a haiku.
Oh, is that?
I think that's all it is.
Ooh. You should have led with that, Sleepy T-Rex. Damn. And Sora with an update on Incisivosaurus. Oh, there's a second one coming in. Interesting. And a Hyquictus by Ura Venator. Very cool. I love that you went with some pattern in here. Like it's transparent, but having all these spots on it, a little bit like what you see in some cephalopods and stuff. Very cool. Oh,
Yosh, Sleepy
yes.
T-Rex did lead with it actually being a haiku.
You're one syllable off. I saw
Also,
four
yeah, you're one syllable off on the last
syllables.
line.
I cannot read. Saurops, which the worm
Just
being
put
all
or just be
wormy.
called fix it.
I just choose to ignore petite. It's really hard to hear you actually. It's audio so quiet from me. Fucking hell. I lost my train of thought. Saurops with the worm on just sitting there on the bottom of the sea. Very nice. Schmutching around. Rats with Hyquictus group in the sunlight. Swimming into the darkness by the looks of it. Nice. And Cypress with this little specimen swimming between some algae or similar stuff. Very cool. I love the bit more cluttered composition, not as open as we often see with these guys. Cheesy Cerato with oh my God, it's a whole family. It's a whole family of Hyquictus swimming there, and a little chibi one in front of you. How beautiful! How nice!
So whimsical.
So whimsical.
Whimsical and natural.
Raven then with finding Glorpo. Yes, excellent, very nice. I think the head could be a little flatter at the front, but yeah, no, that's a Hyquictus. Very simple guy. Captain Trollu, Chudder, and the Opabinia for vertebrae. I still don't think that title works really well. What a funky duo. Then Tears Forever with this very nice little study with marine snow here, blurred out far in the foreground. Excellent. Well done. And then Mud Turtle with another little swarm of these guys, just shuffling along. Very cute, very nice. Jay with also 3 specimens here, investigating the muddy bottom of their home. Very cute. And we have these floaty guys by Weeswain. Feel like it looks a little bit too hagfish-like, I feel. But I'm not sure. I feel like they're a little bit too slender, maybe. But, yep, no, otherwise, very nice. What beautiful guys. Then Bronzier with this not quite adult Hyquictes, life-sized. Very cool. And Tapping Snurtle with big Omnidens feeding appendage in the background here. Very cool. That is a very nice idea. Also brings across the scale slightly. Then, Alex coming in with Radiodont, trying to feed on all these Hyquictes. I think it. Somebody would need to make a size chart. I think the Radiodont would be way larger, but yeah.
Yeah, that's something that we should have probably brought up. This is like a lagoon environment.
Yeah, maybe. Then again, when we are so close up to these animals and they're so small, if it's a lagoon or open ocean, doesn't make that much difference.
You'd still see the seafloor.
I mean, yeah, but if you're close to the seafloor, but yeah.
I need a sharper pencil.
That's always a good idea. Then JW here with a night shot, by the looks of it.
Yes.
Hyquictes and some Philocarrots.
Weirdo, other guy thing. I don't. And then some brachiopods.
And some stalked brachiopods sitting on the floor. Very nice. And then with a little guy here doing a mud bath by the looks of it, or like looking for food particles in the sediment. Very cute, very nice. Although, considering how small this guy is, I don't think it would actually cause such a stir on the ground. Or rather, you would probably see individual particles at that size. I also first thought about like doing some dust being kicked up or something like that. But the problem is at this scale, you begin to see like individual pieces of dust. Yeah, Ultra Loser also coming in with Radiodont going after Hyquictes. Again, I think the Radiodont is probably baby. in this case, unless this is a very small species. Adding a gill slit here by Tapping Snurtle. And Alex coming in with Heart Donkey Shut. What? Anyway, looks very fun. And we end with Aberrantologist, the Cambrian Ichthyosaur. Sure, buddy. In a way, it is. In its very own way, it is. Okay. Shrinking the chat. And let's have a look over here what is next. Number 3 is Denversaurus.
Yeah. Shit. Brother, we are drawing an ankylosaur.
It's
It depends on how much you want to draw of it. If you'd want to, you can just draw the head, which is like the path of least resistance. I mean, you're still going to want to draw those Capitegulae if you want to have some integrity.
I'd rather just challenge myself and just draw the damn ankylosaur.
There you go, that's a spirit.
Get
that is
Lansing
true.
in here. He's
That
raising
is
his
true.
hand.
He's probably
gave uppies early.
banging on the doors till his fists are
Let's
raw.
try again. There we go.
What's the matter,
Hello.
fish boy? Afraid to draw some bones?
Oh, I mean, it's not that I'm afraid to draw bones. I'm just afraid to draw
Circles.
armor.
It's
If
okay.
anything,
You'll
you're
live.
the one afraid to draw bones. You don't want to deal with that skull.
I'm the skeletal artist. I skeletalize these things. I'm afraid of nothing about the ankylosaur.
I'm saying fish anatomy, like fish skulls,
Fish bore me.
and that.
Yeah, I don't think I've
you
ever
want-
seen Lansing idolatry idolatrize a fish. Is that the word?
I have.
Who cares?
I remember from the Instagram days.
It'll happen again. on
I've
my
never seen him skeletalize a paddlefish or a sturgeon, so
I
I
would
doubt
feel
his
bad.
I doubt
I-
his allegiances.
Those think skulls are simple, but like they are so weirdly shaped.
Okay, Lancian,
well,
post away.
yeah.
I'm looking at some other images in the meantime.
the only decent Denversaurus skeletal out there is the one by Getaway Trike. He does the tail wrong. Well, I shouldn't say wrong. It is weird, but I
It's
mean,
a
the
little
rest of it's
skinny, I
fine,
would
right?
say, but
I know people
By the-
have.
By the way, I've gotten better since then. I have no idea why I literally got sick the moment I had to leave. It's so stupid, but I've gotten over my temporary sickness. Literally everybody else has gotten sick this January. I don't understand why. Whatever. This thing won't be too bad. I do wonder. Ideally, in a composite in a skeletal like this, I'd dare to make it a composite, and well, I don't know. Would including the holotype skull in that skeletal be too scary? Dude, out
No,
of
it would
pocket.
just be. I mean, that's just how you would restore it. It's a skull,
Alrighty.
just scaled each other one to the other skull.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least it's showing what there is preserved of Tank. I like this thing. It's funny. Yeah. I should say that Yoshua, the image you posted is merely a reconstructed. It's a like a.
I know.
Yeah, I don't
wouldn't
know whether I should.
It's just that
post
you
the,
run with this animal into well, there isn't that much on it, so
Yeah. If you're drawing the skull, you're basically drawing Edmontonia. Maybe just with a couple differences
Edmontonia
that
was
I'm
extra
not
steps.
qualified to comment on. I don't know what exactly sets it apart from other Panoplosaurs, but
yeah, we should maybe talk a little bit about this guy. It's one of the last nodosaurs. It's, as you can probably guess from the latest part of the Cretaceous. It's from North America, Hell Creek. And yeah, it's a heavily armored guy, of which we have quite a bit of the armor, especially the quite diagnostic frontal bits over shoulder and neck, which is nice. Ah, there's a paper figure that shows it nicely. Yeah.
more like an abstract. That's all that was ever published of it.
Oh my gosh, that is a drawing, huh?
These sure are
It gets
lines.
across. It gets across the basic idea of how the neck plates, whatever you would call them, are supposed to be arranged. But that's as much as you're going to get from the formal literature, because there's literally nothing else on this thing aside from the holotype skull, and whatever bits and pieces you can find. Outside of that, it's weird like that. Wow, it's gotten dark in here all of a sudden. I really can't wait for daylight savings to come around again.
Oh, same. Big same, honestly.
I hate it when it gets dark around 4 now. Can't stand it anymore.
I mean, it's the sunset right now and at 5:30.
Also, my
I don't think
bedroom
daylight
light doesn't
savings will
work.
change the sun time.
Adorable.
Just saying.
I freaking my bedroom lamp doesn't work anymore, so I once it turns around 4, it's like, oh great, now I have to rely on some other source of light. Grumble, grumble. Holy moly.
Eurovenator, High Creek is being reconstructed, oftentimes gray, is I think just a meme. Partially started by Walking with Monsters, where it was grayish, with some a little bit of iridescence, if I remember correctly. But yeah,
Yeah, I remember it being very shiny.
people see, oh, fish and very basal, let's make it gray or silvery. That's about it. Like, it's stupid. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I or like on the other hand, you have it's either gray, silvery, or like flashy pinkish.
Oh
Also
yeah.
common.
Cool
There's nothing that
there's,
speaks against it,
mostly.
but it is true. It's a little bit boring.
All right.
I have an idea. I wanna draw a fern field, so I can draw some plants. And then
Are
have
you
the
sure
plants
you
cover
want to do that in
the
20 minutes?
bucket we ball. YOLO.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
You see,
You
I
said
got
this
support.
was- You said this
Yeah,
was from
I
late
believe-
Cretaceous, right?
Yeah. It's Hell
uppermost
Creek.
Cretaceous. It's from Hell Creek, so you could show it chumming along with Triceratops or goring a Tyrannosaurus and its
I ain't doing
Cankles.
all that. No.
You could draw it swimming with a mosasaur.
You could.
I ain't doing all that either. No.
Sucks that I missed that stream because I feel like there was a huge communication as to how much swimming the Mosasaurus was doing in the river, but whatever.
I'd love to hear your perspective on it, actually.
I think, well, first of all, we've had Hell Creek Mosasaurs for forever, and I don't just mean the Breeren one. Secondly, I think there's a conflation with like, oh, we found a like freshwater tooth. That means that there were freshwater mosasaurs. I just think that these things were traveling upriver like once in a blue moon, because you would think that if they lived there, we would have found more of them. And while yes, I understand taphonomy is a thing, you know, it's a mosasaur. We'd expect to at least find teeth, right? I mean, considering the commonality of like fish scales that we find in the rivers.
I could be
It's a novel find.
misremembering
I don't
the
think we
page.
should be saying like, oh yeah, Hell Creek rivers just casually had mosasaurs. I just think mosasaurs were found in all rivers, like once in a blue moon, as part of the biology that we just don't understand yet.
I mean, I could be
yeah, I
misremembering,
agree.
but based off the paper, the entire time that the tooth would have been in the mouth, like, well, growing until it was lost, like, it would have been in freshwater based off the isotopes.
Well, yeah, sure, but I'm not talking about like how long the mosasaur was there. I'm talking about how commonly mosasaurs as a group were.
Oh,
were
okay.
in the river.
Okay. Then I do agree. Then I do agree with that. Like, that individual was there for a while, forever, however long it took to replace that tooth.
I would also love to know from your perspective, the whole theory of like mosasaurs going to fresh water so that they can get rid of the salt. Do you necessarily agree with that?
That's not my wheelhouse. I don't have a. I think the idea that a marine animal needs to get rid of salt by going into the river is kind of ridiculous. But that's not.
I mean-
exactly. Especially since they're pelagic animals.
Does literally any marine
No.
animal need to do that?
I feel like
Yeah,
that's
do
something
the
that you just
others
figure
need
out
to do
during
that?
transition. I don't know. That's you could just say that. Oh, we don't know what to do. I didn't
How about
understand
do
that.
sea crates do that? Yeah, something like, or it could be something like a freaking marine iguana where they just weep it out or sneeze it out.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
these guys are also like secrets, and marine iguanas are only semi-aquatic and need like to stay in
Fair.
coastal waters.
Yeah, prognathodons
So-
are like pelagic animals. They're found on both sides of the
Yeah.
Pacific Ocean. I don't think they need to go to freshwater to shed salinity.
Nope,
That's like,
nope.
Yeah,
Ooh.
no, I absolutely disagree with it. I mean, maybe with the most basal members, like we're talking something like I don't know, like
Ankylosaurus.
Agnalosaurus. Yeah, I was gonna say Agnalosaurus. I don't know if Agnalosaurus was had derived traits ish. I don't know, something like that, or Dallosaurus. Like I can understand that, but like more derived mosasaurs like Platycarpus and beyond. No, I'm personally against that idea.
Not for that reason, anyways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could see like an injured individual deciding like, oh hey, I'm going to go here. Because the things are usually after me. It turns out I don't see them over near the like openings to a freshwater river. What if I just go up further?
I don't think mosasaurs
Or
have
something
had
like-
that much foresight, but I do think that I don't know. Animals do stuff. One probably just swam upriver, kept finding food, and just decided to hang around. Because it's not like it was like incompatible with the local water. But like,
Yeah.
I know. I haven't seen a lot of it, but that was my first, I guess, concern. Was like, oh my god, people always start thinking that Hell Creek rivers had like a novel species of mosasaur. Like, no, it was just to the western interior prognathodon, and one of them just accidentally swam upriver and stuck around.
Kind of like a
there's
bull
like-
shark or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bullshark would be
I
interesting.
think we can start with Ankylosaurus, as there isn't that much
Yay.
to say on this guy. But yeah. Big armored boy. Let's go. We are starting in 1, 2, 3, go.
Here's
Very
something
big.
about
Right.
Panoplosaurs actually. Is that I think Ankylosaurus says selling everybody on a lie, and Ankylosaurs were larger than their sympatric nodosaurs, because I'm pretty sure that if you were to scale every single locality that has an ankylosaur, at least in North America, well, obviously North America, because we don't have Asian nodosaurs yet, but if you were to scale every single ankylosaurid with every single late Cretaceous nodosaurid, those nodosaurs would be larger on average. I think people have in mind that like, oh, the nodosaurs were smaller. Like, no, they're not. Denosaur is like almost as big as an ankylosaurus.
Yeah, he's a big animal. That's a big animal there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very
And that there
curious.
isn't even
since
mentioning
we have more-
the unpublished huge polycanthines still.
I was about to bring up the if the Appalachian guy turns out to be a nodosaur.
I mean, I'm not talking about
Oh,
the
yeah,
Appalachian
the-
stuff, but what Jim Kirkland from Utah is working on.
Oh wait, yeah. Also, yeah.
It's the
Kirkland.
elephant-sized
Maybe
guy.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
Maybe.
okay. Love and peace and prosperity to Jim Kirkland, but also when it comes to a Kirkland claim, I want to, no, I kind of want to see it before I believe it. Not that I don't think it's
I
that
just
far
think the guy should
fetched,
smile
but
more.
you know.
What's this, Petite?
I'm just saying, I think he should smile more.
Hmm
I think he smiles okay.
A slash wish.
Why would you say that?
Oh, I get it now.
Yep, yeah, you get it now.
Oh,
Ah,
Jesus.
There you go.
Oh,
There must have
It
been
took me a
lag
bit
in
to
the
connect.
connection.
oh my God. I feel like at first I thought you were talking about Lancian. I was like, why would you say that now?
I mean, I have never seen Lancian smile, so I wouldn't be.
yeah,
You have.
yeah. It's like
I've actually seen him
Mandy from the
smile.
Grim
I've
Adventures of
seen
Billy
him
and
smile
Mandy.
before
There's
too,
like
and I've only seen his face like twice.
I think that's a lie. I think you're lying to us, Petite.
literally after the last time I saw him, he held up I've not seen Men in Black yet, but you know, he did the thing. He scrubbed my memory essentially.
He did this thing.
I don't know how to describe it. Not cool like that.
He wiped your brain.
Yeah, that's essentially what happened. I think that was what was had to happen. Yeah, let's see it. And drawing these things from a perspective is, well, thankfully I have a skull of Panoplosaurus to help with perspective issues. I don't know how heretical that is, my friend, but
Panoplosaurus is closer to Denversaurus, and they either are to Edmontoni. It's fine.
hey, I live to see another day. I'll just be sure not to completely copy down the Caputeguli pattern.
Thought you were gonna say the Saurian one.
Oh, brother. Saurian. Did they even make a model for that one?
They did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they did.
It's purple.
I mean, I've seen the
I quite
concept
like it.
art. Oh, okay. I could picture it in my head now. Okay, it took a while. Took a while to jog my memory.
And it is in the game.
Oh my god. Wow. I wish I could go back in time and tell my 13-year-old self.
Forget it.
Yeah. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't. say
I
that.
feel bad for them, like legitimately.
I don't.
Um, um, man, this thing is so goofy. I'm drawing it from the front. I'm taking back my well, the only problem is I don't know how to draw ankylosaur feet from the front, so I'm completely winging this.
Look at the
Just find the
images
image.
of the mount I posted. You have it in front.
I was
I
gonna say,
know, but
try and find
know,
There's a
but-
paper on that, by the way. Don't trust the mount. There's a paper on that. They had it was conversion
I
on
was gonna-
sauropods.
I was gonna
All right.
say, or find the paper looking at the that has like the front views of the ankylosaur, the iguanodontian, or like the ornithischian of some sort, and the
Well, Dempsey's just takes from
ankylosaur.
that paper. The paper looks at Peloropleides, which is the one he happens to reconstruct in this paper.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a whole paper
Wow.
about like how the phalanges articulate and all that shit.
I didn't know that.
So-
Well, I mean, the only appendicular stuff I know about ankylosaurs is the one paper by Combs in like 1978 or 79 where he describes how the leg musculature was. Either way, this is a little more sketchy. I might attempt to make it into a much more fleshed out piece in the future. Let's see. Okay, now I gotta make that right there. I gotta make. I gotta make that limb a little more like that. And it's fun though. I must excuse myself for a moment though. I will be momentarily back.
I had an idea for a piece where I was barely gonna show Denversaurus, but now I'm zooming out a little bit.
Wait, but what if the gimmick of my piece was I wasn't showing the animal? This might be my original freaking idea.
I'd like to show a decent amount of time, like the megafauna of an environment doing some sort of interaction with the microfauna, and like my idea. I mean, I'm still doing the idea, just more zoomed out, but like in the original concept, it was just a little bit more zoomed in, like for compositional purposes. I thought of a different composition.
Time check, Yosh.
10 minutes, 50 seconds.
So over. It's so over.
Heat struggle. Let's go.
It's so over.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with this.
I realized that pencil and paper cannot copy and paste.
What were you gonna copy and paste?
Burns.
Yeah.
You really wanted to go ahead with that idea?
No. I mean, I gotta stick to my promises. I mean, I can't be like the Democratic Party. I can't just say shit.
There's no consequences to doing something else, you know? In this case.
No, but I gotta get over the irrational fear of drawing plants. Like, that's what I'm saying.
It is. It is truly irrational.
That is fair.
All right, what did I miss?
Irrational fear of drawing plants.
Everyone has to learn how to draw a leaf sometime or another.
I mean, really, you don't have to.
Right.
Sure.
Exactly.
kind of like what I'm doing with this. This isn't going to be a perfect drawing. I'm just trying to get the feel for this thing.
Makes you feel like Denversaurus.
I don't know if it will make me feel like Denversaurus. Denversaurus
Yes, to
Celestimate.
become Denversaurus.
I'm such
Yeah.
an
Ankylosaurs are.
keep
I
having
love
dreams about
ankylosaurs to bits.
dinosaurs.
However, I'm sorry, Raven.
Sorry, go ahead.
As much as I love ankylosaurs, they are. I will repeat the line that yeah, they are pretty intimidating to illustrate. However, I will not.
Gonna be me.
Yeah, I'll just keep chugging along and whatever.
What were you gonna say, Raven?
Oh, I was just saying that I have the theme song to a horrible 80s and 90s cartoon called Denver, the Last Dinosaur.
Oh
stuck in my head
no!
now. Yeah.
I figured that was
old
going to come
enough-
up at some point in the conversation.
I'm
Love
old
that I know
enough
what you're
to
talking
have
about.
been around when it aired on television. I saw it live, or not live, but you know
I
what I
also
mean,
remember that.
as the episodes came out.
Yeah. I should know this, but Lance, do you happen to know if Denversaurus ironically also occurred in the Denver Formation, or
Denver deformation does not exist. Maybe it
Oh.
does, depending on who you ask. The answer, of course. I mean, I guess
Well-
it also depends on who you ask.
Well,
Probably.
all that matters is has it been found in the Denver basin of Colorado?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I mean most
Whereas-
Lancian dinosaurs have been found there anyway.
My hot take. People may not like me for this one. I think people care too much about the formational boundaries.
Yeah,
Where will Corral Bluffs be? To me, that's probably the most important thing about Denver formation.
what I like about you, Lansing Idolatry, is that honestly, people can hate on you for your takes, but honestly, it's the stuff that most folks would only pretend to care about. So that's what I raise my glass to you.
That too, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it because you two
People-
literally met in real life?
Yeah, and he stole a fry off of me, so I'm legally obligated to, you know.
I mean, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I was not hungry, and I took one whole fry.
Yeah, I was
Honestly,
like, you know, I'll let it slide.
to be
Pure
shot by a-
Lansing idolatry.
You,
I
you
literally
never
can't be
know
mad at
what Laurie might put into your drinks, you know.
Jesus. No.
It's
That
okay,
said,
many people have it out for me.
Dilo, if you literally so much as even look at my pastrami sandwich, if at the Natural History Museum cafe, I will literally just like, I'll
I mean,
I'll literally take it.
No way on a hell in
I'll take a
hell
mustard
I'm gonna take
packet
a pastrami
and I'll-
sandwich from a museum. You kidding me?
Yeah, I know they're pretty pricey. I'm not gonna. No. I had that grilled cheese
Pricey,
out of
but-
desperation.
2 minutes 50 seconds.
I'm okay
will-
with that.
Was it from the food truck?
It was from the cafe. The
Oh,
one that tries to be all like homegrown or whatever, but it's like, is it really? I don't know. It's a little
I mean,
pretentious.
it's marketing.
Yeah, marketing schmarketing. I can't be too mad at them though.
I can.
Rent must be high
Uh,
in that location.
uh,
Ooh, you have no idea.
yeah,
They might be one of the most expensive places on planet Earth.
yeah. That's Los Angeles for you. Anyway, yeah.
2 minutes 7 seconds.
Gosh. okay, I'm definitely not nailing the Capitagule for this thing in time. And that's okay. I don't need to.
I'm getting with a little
What
bit
matters is that I got down a sketch that I think is A, appropriate, and B, gives me ideas for later on. I've learned to stop caring so much about my sketches being perfect. I'm not naming names, but I do think it's something that some artists can stand to learn. To just
It's me, guys. Sorry.
Oh no, no, no,
Yeah.
it's me. I am the perfectionist here.
We know.
yeah,
Exactly.
just a little words of wisdom, folks. Not every sketch has to be a finished piece in the moment.
I mean, not every
It's
has
okay
to
to
be a
brainstorm.
masterpiece.
Yeah, it can
1
be other
minute.
things that start with master. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna say that.
I mean, like, isn't that what makes masterpieces masterpieces? Is that they are unique?
Right.
What? No. Being unique is a facet of art. Otherwise, everyone's making masterpieces, and I don't think I agree with that.
Yeah, no, not.
If everything's a masterpiece, then nothing is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That was
Not
Alright.
simply
everyone
not
can
what
be
you
the
were saying.
greatest artist.
Everyone can be the greatest fartist, though.
Nah,
Ah.
for that we would need to smell it
Oh, jeez.
to judge. 13
I'm having
seconds.
some fun with this anyway. I can nail this osteoderm, and need to find a good light source to photograph this. What a royal pain in the tuchus this
I
has been.
simply rotated in my mind. Okay, time to post. Time's up.
All right. It's not perfect, but if it was perfect, I think I would get bored by it. Hold
I'm just
on.
glad I drew anything today.
Crikey. I have too many things rolling around. All right. All right, shut up. Shut up, Instagram. I'm sufficiently happy with this. I don't think I've ever drawn a Nodosaur in the last 5 years or so. I attempted to draw Panoplosaurus lying on its belly a couple of years back, but I got so engrossed in drawing just the head that everything else just kind of didn't make it through.
I'm looking at literally Miguel's caption, and he's gonna shit his pants when he finds out about Progyplocynodon.
What did you put down?
That Brachycampsa was the superior armor. Well, Brachycampsa was the one fighting for that title, but you know.
Yeah, no, Diplocynodon.
For Diplocynodon, that is. I know you're gonna hate this, but that is such a Glupshido animal.
It can't hurt you. It's a wastebasket, Daxon.
It is.
I'm not gonna hate it because I think 99.99 repeated percent of texts on Earth are Glupshidos, and people just don't want to hear it. Despite how
Yeah.
true it
Okay.
is.
But here's the thing. It's the most Glupshido of like Hell Creek animals to me because I had no idea it even existed until like maybe a couple of years ago. And
that's how I know you
thought
don't know many Hell Creek animals, because it is.
It's like
I can
one of the
name
most
3 dozen more
widespread.
Glupshidos.
pro
It's like one of the most
Diplocynodon.
widespread.
Pro Diplocynodon.
Late. Oh, pro Diplo. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Diplocynodon is one of the most widespread late Cretaceous
no.
crocs.
No, we're talking about a true
Diplocynodon, for the
Glupshido here.
record, is still a Glupshido.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The thing is, I think we only have the holotype specimen for Pro Diplocynodon, so that's one thing for it. And yeah, I weird because
Again, an animal being a glupshido has nothing to do with its preservation. Otherwise, every
I know. I'm not commenting on the
Chinese
preservation, but just
animal
sort
would
of
be.
like. However, I will say this: sometimes the amount of specimens an animal will have will sometimes can sometimes make it or break it for whether it becomes something recognized.
This is why invertebrates are well known by the general populace.
Right. But I'm thinking of like, I don't know. It's I have to really remove myself from like thinking about like how popular something is. Yeah. And it can sometimes be a little difficult. I was thinking of like, well, Dinocyrus was known from only one specimen for almost like 50 years or so. And then I thought, okay, but how well known is Dinocyrus to like anyone who isn't like a dinosaur obsessed kid, basically,
It was
or
in so
someone
many
who
dinosaur books.
studies theropods.
Dinocyrus is
Yeah.
not a glupshido. Was the thing about it, though. Zeratinosaurus is known from one specimen, and that one, and a lot of people recognize Zeratinosaurus.
Therizinosaurus is known from
holotype
at least like
worse than Prodiplocynodons, and yet
3 to 4 specimens at least.
what?
And the best specimen is as good
Oh,
as the
what?
holotype of Dinocyrus morificus.
Oh,
It's
I
a
should
funny
say
thing
something
about
on
it.
Diplocynodon before this get in screen. Diplocynodon is not Cretaceous. It's a Paleocene to Miocene.
Oh wait, Paleocene. Oh, what am I thinking of?
You
yeah,
were
no,
thinking
no, I should.
what's it called? Not Asiatosuchus.
Borealisuchus?
Borealisuchus, probably.
I was thinking Borealisuchus. Diplocynodon is Paleogene to like
Yeah.
late Neogene.
Potentially
got some
Miocene.
good specimens.
Depends on what all of it is actually Diplocynodon. Thankfully, there are people
currently.
now working on that.
The only Diplocynodon species I can think of are it occurs in Messel, right? There's fossils of it in Messel,
it is
right?
also known from Messel. Yes.
Okay, well, I know that, and then there's what is it, Diplocynodon
It's all over Europe.
hantoniensis. Yeah. I had fun drawing Denver SARS. Anyway, yeah, I will concede that I do not know every Hell Creek animal. I was humbled by just how little I knew once I think at DMs you started tossing squamate names at me, and then I was like, okay, stop, you're embarrassing me.
Oh my gosh, Obamadon and Longreach quote from that. Oh.
I'm not thinking of Obamadon. I'm thinking way earlier. I'm thinking like stuff named by Estes.
What?
It's-
You're not a fan of Colpodontosaurus or Latachus?
Yeah, names like that. God, here's a little anecdote. So when I was volunteering over my over at the Natural History Museum's ornithology department, I thought I knew a good thing or two about bird taxonomy, but every time I would have to put away loans for the passerine sections of the bone room, as it were, my brain would just flatline because every one of those genera just seemed like an alien word to me, and it hurt even more when I thought, okay, this is basically a dinosaur name, and it kind of broke me. I know this sounds so stupid, but it was like there is sort of a cognitive dissonance, I do think, that you can have whenever it comes to birds being dinosaurs, because what do you mean this passerine whose name sounds just like a bunch of just nothing is a dinosaur? It doesn't compute. That's how it is sometimes. Then again, all taxonomic names are fake. They don't occur in nature. We made them all up. Yada yada.
And with that, we are going into our showcase. Let's have a look what Denver's the people sort in here, starting with Dialogue. Who did one naked? My God. I see the plans we're calling. I could talk a bit about the way you could improve that plant stuff. But this is going off topic already. I think overall the shape of that Denversaurus is pretty alright. That is going in the right direction. Just needs all that armor plating. Oh boy. Roadrunner from Hell with this little armored creature. I would say the head is a little bit short here. Certainly needs a little bit more snoot. Keep in mind, Nodosaurs are not as short-faced as many Ankylosaurs are. Rat with a little portrait plus parts of neck here. We can first. I doubt they would be flexible enough to bite their own tail tip. Honestly, could be another specimen in front of it though. Also would probably have some ossidium still on the tail tip. Otherwise, looks pretty good. I think I would make the neck ossidiums a little bit more plate-like, less sticking out. Yes, there would be keratin on top and everything, but still, the half rings on these guys are pretty platey. Then, Ura Venator, that is a quite nice graphite sketch. I think the half rings here are a little bit too small parted. Like when you look at the skeletal drawing by Getaway Trike, you see that on the neck, that's like some of the largest ossidiums on the body. Like yes, there's the shoulder or end of neck spines and stuff, but like the big ossidiums going around the neck, which is just I think like 4, no 6, 6 on the first ring. That is really making that up, and they are partially interlocking, and so on. Yeah, a little bit more, or making the maybe making the neck a little bit wider to fit them in there, properly sized. Similar here with Raven. I think that's a quite nice portrait, but the ossidiums need to be a little bit more pronounced, a little bit larger to work. I quite like the detail here of the little dragonfly there on the snoot. That is very cute. And Captain Trololo with my God, that's a fat-assed Denversaurus. Incredible. Very nice. Very good. Also with nice big ossidiums on the front of the body here, although we don't see that much of it. It's just too thick. Different perspective by Ultralucer, who did a frontal view here, nicely showing off the big ossidiums on neck and shoulder here. Very nice. Like big keratin hills, basically, building up around it, appropriately gnarly. Oh, true, yeah, going a little bit with the Spikomelo vibes. Then Sleepy T-Rex with a very easy way to avoid all the ossidiums, flipping on its back. What is it? Is it Juvie T-Rex or Juvie Nanotyrannus? Who can tell? Just going boing boing. Very fun idea. Would be probably dead because of the legs like going wiggly. Next, literally Mikhail with Brachychampsa. Trying to wrangle this Denversaurus into submission. I think that will be probably go horribly wrong for the Crocodilian, but well, boys gotta eat. Very cool idea. Reminds me of crocodiles trying to tear off the trunk of an elephant. Yeah, very cute idea. I think the hips could be a little bit wider, maybe. But yeah, or maybe I think the back is a little bit too arched. And Carlos also have a weird body shape. It's a whole thing. In Cyprus, with a little non-avian dinosaur, very feathery. Could be an Archaeoraptor, maybe. Sitting on top of Denversaurus in the muck. Very nice. I again like your brushwork here. Just beautiful. Very cool indeed. Then what? What is the Graptolite doing there, my turtle? God damn. Fair enough. Not going for 20 minutes there. Then Lori with also little frontal view guy here. Love how the head turned out. Very Panoplosaur-like, but very appropriate indeed, considering what we have of it. Yeah, no, that looks very nice. I think the shoulder spines or end of neck spines could be more pronounced. Looking at Getaway Trike's skeletal reconstruction there, but yeah, that works indeed. Sorops coming in with his interpretation. I think I feel like the neck is a little bit long, or maybe it's a perspective. I think I would make it a little bit shorter, and the neck osteoderms a little bit more pronounced, a little bit more interlocking, nearly touching each other. Like they are so big, they would probably form a near continuous structure around the neck. A little bit armadillo-like, although of course different looking because not smooth. But yeah. Also, you can see the Gastonia here in the skull there. Very fun. And we have also frontal part of the body here by Lancian. Very nice indeed. I think also here the osteoderms on the front of the neck could be a little bit larger, but otherwise this looks pretty good. Also liking the coloration here. The white going up to the eye always is working. Such an effective use of color. Cheesy Cerato with Denversaurus here beating up a small Tyrannosaur of some description. Very cool. I love how you render it, or like the overall look of the armor plating here. It looks nice and gnarly. Very cool. Also, always thumbs up for nose balloons. Excellent. Yes. Next, we have Sora going in with the baby. Very cute. Look at this little guy. I think the shoulder spines here are a little bit too frontal. It would be a little bit more up on the body, probably. It's like the way they are positioned now, they are nearly like facing down. So like moves them a little bit more up the shoulder, I would say. So it doesn't need to lay on them when it goes to sleep, the little creature. But yeah, no, I'm very much enjoying that. The interpretation as a baby is very nice. V-Swain, getting over ambitious here. Yeah, a little maybe doing like landscape and full body and everything. Yeah, it's getting a little much. In your case, it's one of these rare cases where I think you made the osteoderms a little bit too pronounced actually in the front of the body. Yes, shoulder spines, but probably not this large, and fewer of them. Like there is this one big pair basically facing razor forward, and then there's a smaller pair behind it. When you look at it, actually, let me increase size here on stream. When you look from above here, see it. Yes, it should be visible. But yeah, also the body looks, I feel like a little bit too much like in dorsal view. I wouldn't. Yes, it's leaning to the side, but I don't think you would see it so perfectly from above, like this. So not as in terms of shapes, it wouldn't be as much outward going, I think. Next, Jay, just starting here, I see, with an Denversaurus and a dead Tyrannosaur Rex next to it. Very cool. I think the frontal part that you have sketched in looks already quite nice. I think you can make the body a little bit longer and larger in general. Looking at the proportions, it feels a little bit shrunken. Like you can probably add like 20% the length of the body here. But yeah, no, looks very promising already. Velociraptor then with this little guy here. It's just a little dude. Very nice color choice. Yeah. That looks about all right. I would tell you that probably trying to like capture the shape of the osteoderms a little bit more, not just making them simple ovals and then the shoulder spines. There is a little bit more nuance to it all, but yeah, whatever can be done in 20 minutes. Then Brontosaur with another dead one, I think. Or is it? Maybe it's just sleeping. Maybe it's just a flesh wound. Maybe its limbs were ripped off. Who can tell? Based on the trees there, it could be also underwater, and we're looking at a victim of one of these elusive Hell Creek mosasaurs. Who can tell? Okay. Oh, Alex also doing baby. Yes. Look at these chickens. Very, very chicken indeed. I think you should add another toe there to the back limbs. You are going a little bit with Stegosaur limbs right now. They indeed have 3 toes on the legs, and then like the 5 at the front. And Ankylosaurs have 4 on both front and back. Yep. But it's a very baby. Very nice. Octoles, then which let's zoom in. I see. Is that a T-Rex right next to it? Oh, a younger series. Okay. Trying to escape in shallow water. Very fun. I'm a little bit like confused by the foreground here, but I think that's just not like quite rendered in right now what's going on here. It's a little bit hard to read the perspective. But yeah, let's zoom in a little bit more to see what is going on here. I think on the neck, it's going the right direction. On the body here, the osteoderms are a little bit large. It's the case in many nodosaurs, but in general, like ankylosaurs, that you have like big osteoderms like in the front, on neck and shoulders and stuff, and then maybe like on the back of the hips and on the tail. But in between, they get razor small. Like Ankylosaurus is one of these rare cases where it's actually pretty large throughout the body. But then when you look at stuff like Tarchia or Pinacosaurus that we did last week in Jadocta, the osteoderms are razor small over the body. And we are missing probably tons of tiny ossicles and stuff that were sitting in the skin too. But yeah, to keep it more flexible, they were actually not that really big bony plates there. Abrontologist coming in with Hell Creek Mosasaur, yes. Or Razor Denversaurus trying to look like one. Very cool. I like the idea. I'm a big fan of the idea of Ankylosaurus, Nodosaurus being drawn to water. It's a fun idea, at least in areas where there was a lot of water. A little bit hard to do that in Jadocta and stuff. But no, that looks very cool indeed. Then we have JW with. Is it small osteoderms or something else between the big ones?
X.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh fuck. I don't want to think about it.
That's why there's a man.
But very cool idea nonetheless.
It's wanting to snack.
What I would maybe suggest, they look very evenly distributed right now. Like they were placed in rows a little bit. Like it's, I think, easier to make it recognizable as ticks if you clump them a little bit more. It's hard to look at, but maybe Google like ticks on reptiles. How that can.
Oh,
can...
I had images up of ticks on diseased mooses.
Oh boy.
Don't worry.
Oh boy. Yeah. No need to share. Tapping Snurtle with Denversaurus here that apparently looks like it fell into a sinkhole, which is a very cool idea. And then Dromaeosaur here is eating from its belly. What a feast. Very nice. Also, excellent idea to avoid drawing all these osteoderms. Cheesy Cerato. Okay. Posting once again all of them. And, there is Petite coming in. Oh, with the size comparison this time. Very cool. Nice, nice. I quite like what
do
you
not
did
wanna
with
draw background
with
for this
the keratin sheets here. Put a little bit more ideas of outgrowth on top of it. Very cool. Nice. Okay.
Invertebrate time. It's a simple one.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, see you.
No. Oh well, it
I
was
mean,
good
it's
while
not
it
as
lasted.
complex as some other stuff, but yes.
What invertebrate is it? Size?
Chasmapsis.
Asmapsis?
Yeah, yeah. Like the guys that sort of look like Europe grids but are closer to
Man, I'm
horseshoes.
just gonna draw a Grapplite.
Oh.
I wouldn't. Yeah, they kind of look like a mix of. At least this guy looks a little bit like a mix of Eurypterid and Trilobite.
Yeah, here's a like from the redescription.
Ooh, also close up of the limbs in the upper corner there.
Yeah, also very I believe these are Chasmapsis. They can let me.
Oh, also image.
These are Chasmapsis like
Fossil showing.
just a general idea of what the underside of the animal looks like.
Oh. They're cute. They look a
Although
little creepy,
you would
though.
probably torture yourself if you wanted to show the underside.
Yeah.
I do not recommend.
Is this another
let me-
horseshoe crab relation?
Yeah, I mean decently close. I can. I'm trying to find the formation.
Oh.
Nextdolemite. It's a lens deposit.
Oh,
Oh boy.
that's fun.
A, B, and C. Lowermost bed C consists of what he termed massive unlaminated pyroclastics. B, which contain the fossils, finely laminated sediments, and varve-like beds, and then reworked volcanic ash.
Literally, Miguel, I think that's not bad, like overall, but I think the limbs might be a little bit off. My turtle said that maybe we don't even have that good of an idea for the limbs, but I actually found a photo of a limb fossil that looks pretty much like the graphic. So at least some of these appendages looked like that. Question is if they all had these clawed ends.
I'm seeing what paleo environmental stuff we have. Lagoonal marginal marine.
Ah. Found in Tennessee in the Five Oaks Formation. Okay.
Depth data range from 0.5 to 15 meters.
That's where my pappy was from.
Ooh boy.
Where's Videx? Yeah, volcanic.
He's right
yeah,
there in Tennessee.
that's what I'm.
Oh boys, this guy has lots of tubercles. Well, time to ignore that. There's not
Ignore
enough time
what?
to draw them all. This guy has a
Oh,
very,
Chasmotaspis? Oh.
very the surface structure. When you scroll up in chat and look at the fossil photo, there's so much going on in the structure. Also carapace. Okay, so no attached limbs have been found. It's just that these most likely belong to this guy. Also, I don't care about the pronunciation as long as we know what is meant. Yippee!
Oh, my foot is cramping.
Your foot is what?
L.
All foot cramp. I know.
Oh, I understood it was gripping, and I was like, "What? What are
Do we
you
have an
doing with
exact
your foot?"
formation for this thing, or is it just?
It's a lens. It's sort of.
It's kind of shite.
Whoa, language.
It's kind of fucky.
Wow.
In terms of size, what do we have? Oh, around 10 centimeters long. Here is the compilation size chart showing other members of this family.
Is
As
there
you can see,
any
it's
other
among the
animal
larger
that would
ones.
have been here?
Sorry?
Yes, there's like one other. Let me, at least from what I know it was here, let me 100% make sure. Because there's like one other arthropod.
I'm quickly
I
getting
think-
something to drink, and then I think we are jumping in.
Apparently Douglas Acaris.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I just want to make sure it's from here. Like I'm looking at the description paper right now.
You know, I'm gonna do something so evil.
I don't know if it's Let me see if it's labeled at the same locality within the paper as Chasmapsis. Douglas Dam, depression, inconformity.
So fun. I really am proud of
10
that
centimeters. Holy
Denver
shit.
Saurus. I'm sorry.
These things are 10 centimeters long. That's crazy. Alright, cool.
Yeah, it is crazy.
That gives me a good reference for.
I believe in you. I believe in you. However, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna want to make myself some
I'm
dinner.
hungry.
Maybe listen to
Hi,
Dixie
hungry. Can I
Dregs.
call you so?
Yeah. I'm contemplating on whether I should make myself another bowl of noodles or a grilled cheese sandwich for tonight. Oh my god. The choices are endless. Oh, snap.
Okay, yep. Douglas Apsis is from the same. Awesome. I didn't see your notification until now, Mud Turtle.
I like
I
how
think
you
there's
swap the
actu-
position of the S between the P from Aspis to Apsis. It's actually a very common common swapping in language. I can't think of exact examples, but there are a few English words whose modern pronunciations are the result of that. Very interesting.
Petit, there is a size comparison within the description paper of the two genera.
I don't care.
Whoa.
If anyone
I hate
wants
this
to
animal so much.
draw
I hate
Douglas
this animal
Acaris,
so much.
if anyone else wants to draw him, there's the size comparison.
Wow,
Both are
direct size
times 3.
comparison.
I feel
Yeah,
like
they're
Honestly-
both the same
Paris
scale.
Would be a very interesting pet to own in like a colonial setting.
Honestly, very, very cool
Like
that they did
like a
that.
fairy shrimp.
Yeah, it's the only 2 things from here. There might be a third. That's
My
like
gosh,
the 2 main
we have to
things.
put it onto
I
the
don't-
formation wheel.
I don't think it's been touched since.
Gosh, darn.
Guys, we need to put the Clindodromus locality on the wheel.
Clearly. Hmm. Honestly, I have no idea what to do with this guy.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to
I've
draw
got such a
this.
good idea because I hate this animal so much already. Amazing.
I appreciate your distaste
Oh, it's gonna
and
be so good.
what other feelings you may harbor. Clearly, they're stronger than mine.
I'm gonna kill this thing.
I was gonna kill it.
Wow.
No, I wanted to kill it.
Well, anyways,
Let's kill it
I'm
all
getting
together.
peckish.
I mean, let's just start and see what happens.
With the power of
Okay.
us combined.
Gaspadasmus was starting with his little critter in 1, 2, 3, go.
No, fossilized. I haven't. I love this thing. I love like this group. I just had an idea.
I'm just gonna do my best here. Actually, not
That's
feeling
the
too
most
hot
any of us-
today.
Oh
That's the
boy.
most any of us can do.
I had to go get a second round of a vaccine for
Ooh.
cancer prevention, and it's
Ah.
in my butt.
Oh boy.
Figured I might as well get it while it's still available because it sounded like people want to go after it. Anyway, yeah, scary times.
Oh
I'm gonna
joy.
dip now. It was nice being on here and, getting to draw a couple things. So, thank you very much. Toodaloo.
I will look.
Vampire crab
I will look
killers
at
on the
that. I will look at the Acanthodine paper tomorrow and update you.
Because you said he's not very big. He's only 10 centimeters, right?
Yep.
Yeah, vampire crab. I think I'm just going more for aesthetics than I don't know, accuracy or anything today.
Oh yeah, Dynamo did decide what next thing he is going to campaign for a year.
Oh,
I was talking to him about it. Funny Salamander,
of course.
his new namesake.
These things would be
Which-
crappies, not swimmers.
Oh well, yeah, Kesmapsis would be, yeah.
Yeah, I was just answering a question.
Uh
You are very quiet, Petite, and I have you cranked up to like 200%. That is insane.
Yeah, I don't know what's up. My mic volume hasn't changed, so I'm just kind of
Oh, that's better. Did
Whatever.
you lean in closer?
no, not really,
Weird. Weird.
not particularly.
That is so weird. Like you fade in and out. That is so
Yeah,
bizarre.
Maybe check
so
your
am I
your
clear
settings
like
anyway,
this now?
because Discord sometimes just throws them off.
Yeah, no, I have checked my settings because we were having audio issues the other night. Is me talking right now clearer?
Not much.
you were never not clear
Nope.
for me.
You are
be
clear,
just
but you are
internal
just very
issues.
quiet.
You're
Yeah.
not like
No idea.
I haven't rendered waves in a while. I think I am getting a little bit owned.
I like how this just kind of turns into an exercise for me of yes, I can still draw every week. That helps. Is it good? Probably not, but it's okay.
Being a little bit speculative with this paleo environment.
I just threw mine on the beach.
It's like that one trilobite image that you've done.
A little bit. Sagi, stop walking over paper.
No, make me.
Wait, I have to throw him out.
No.
Earlier, I had my cat screaming at me to get out of my chair, so I did. And I grabbed my other chair, which is one of those kneel-in Swedish ergonomic chairs. And in the time it took me to drag that and set it up, he had climbed off of my office chair and into my Swedish ergonomic chair somehow, and I almost sat on him.
God damn.
Messed up.
Cats do be like that.
Time check.
11 minutes. Look at me being the stupid one who does the underside of the animal.
You were the one who directly said who
Yeah,
would draw the underside
yeah.
of the animal.
Well, I never said I wasn't stupid.
That is true. Oh, why did I render the water like this? Now I'm just having to cover it all up because the whole point of this composition.
Yeah. Classic.
I hate to say it, but the invert right now is the last thing I'm gonna be doing. I had a really interesting idea for the piece. When did the heck did Dilo leave?
Denver Source somewhere in there.
People are too fearful of drawing the inverts.
Time check.
4 minutes 50 seconds.
Damn it. All right, well.
That's my reaction too.
Mm-hmm. 2 minutes 30 seconds. Hmm. It's just lying there.
Not menacingly.
Certainly not menacingly. And there we go. Time to post. And to save. True, fossilized. Although for different reasons.
Actually, despite everything, I think I did pretty good considering I did 2 in full color.
Okay, let's have a look at what people posted. Starting with Brontos here. You exploded it. Excellent. Keep doing that. Literary Miguel with specimen standing on its tail. Glorious. Incredible. Thank you very much for this. Then we have Captain Trololo going in with something a little less chibi this time. The main expansion, Flocker Crash Out. Very nice. Yes. Good. Then Auto Loser, being just as stupid as me and showing it from below. Excellent. Very nice. I love the soft aura around it. It has a slight halo. Oh holy Casmataspis. Beautiful. Oh my god, Roadrunner from Hell also doing it standing on its tail. Nice. Keep in mind though, it has 5 pairs of limbs. Probably. Most likely. Octoless, with a full compilation of these guys, showing not the limbs this time, just it's probably folded under the body. I would say the tail could be a little bit longer. When we look at the fossil, it's like tail and the tail spine, the telson, are like more than the length of like the head shield and the torso combined. Quite a bit of length they added there. Oh my god. Very beautiful raven. Very nice. It reminds me of something. I don't know what. Honestly, these guys remind me a little bit of facehuggers.
Just a little.
Just a little. And then, oh my god. Sleepy T-Rex with Super Casmataspis powering up. Incredible. I don't know what the soft tissue structure is here, so added on the head shield, but more power to you. Then Cleanly Moss with this little guy hiding in the ground. An excellent way of obscuring much of the anatomy. Thumbs up for that. Next, Jacosaur with the tiny boy just sitting there, menacingly being Casmataspis. Very fun. Then Casual Soap Muncher. There's stuff going on. Oh my god, there's a pineapple. It's Bikini Bottom. Beautiful. Casmataspis came here for the Krabby Burgers, probably. And it's being observed by a human. Weird stuff indeed. Then we have a mud turtle with caught up in the composition. Yeah, that's a little bit ambitious for 20 minutes, I would say. Fleeing from a volcanic ash. Yeah, it's tricky. Well, not my best. I mean, whose flocking is Willie's best? We'll never know. Oh my god, then we have a whole army. An army by Alex. They're also beautiful. Little guys. Very nice. Ooh, V-Swain. That is a cool composition. I love it coming out of the water like that. And with a little bit of foams around it. Absolutely fantastic. I think the torso could be a little bit longer. And the tail probably doesn't have like such pronounced lateral spines. But yeah, no, otherwise very, very cool. Then Tapping Snurtle with a whole bunch of these guys in the water column, being thrown around by waves, maybe dying to lightning strikes. Who can tell? Then little goober by Velociraptor. Again, here's a tail, could be longer. And cephalon, the head shield a little wider, and important, keep in mind, 5 limb pairs. And next, JW with, okay. I see all the water you had to cover up
Yeah.
with waves. That is unfortunate, but it looks very cool nonetheless. Look at you go. Oh, and last but not least, this very close up of Chasmotaspis by Aberrantologist, really nice. It reminds me like a close up of Penny or something. Very cool. Quite liking that. Oh, and there's something still coming in by Petite. It's also a dead one, out of water. And the volcano in the background. Excellent. Very nice. Look at you guys. Just dying on the beach. Let's see. Anything else that we have missed? People are posting all the stuff. I think we indeed landed at the end of the stream. Very cool. Time to reduce chat. Wait. Why isn't it not showing? I want to reduce its size. There we go. Now I can grab you and shrink you. Wonderful. Okay. This was sketch number 4 for tonight. Let us have a quick look at the subjects we covered once again.
Oh, Petite, you haven't even started Haiku, please.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
I mean, yeah, Petite wasn't there for
like 8 minutes into, yeah. About 8 minutes
True.
What do you
True.
mean?
There we go. Folder loaded in. Zoop. And we started tonight with Incisivosaurus, the Bugs Bunny dinosaur from China. That has no Bugs Bunny teeth in my case, but oh well. Next, Hycoictes, the new and improved tiny vertebrate from the Cambrian of China, with its 4 beautiful eyes. After that, Denvosaurus, armored dinosaur from the latest Cretaceous of North America, one of the tanks of its time. And last but not least, Chasmotapsis, the goober that needed a lot of time to finally be voted on in a vlogging. Okay, this would be everything for us, guys. Thank you for being here, and see you potentially tomorrow when we will cover the Joggins Formation, one of the classic Carboniferous localities ever. You will see many familiar faces there when it comes to Carboniferous tetrapods, especially, but also some other stuff. Okay, good night, everyone, and bye bye.
That's true.